We're number one.
Damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens to our podcast.
Right.
Why do the gays get to pick what they get all the good stuff? This is ridiculous. I mean, went to prison for 10 years for stealing $46 million.
Do not tell me he ate a booger.
Dude, he would have showed a little bit of cleavage. Maybe should have done all right. That's where we didn't have Facebook or Grindr.
Are there a lot of girls on Grindr?
Tasing each other in the nuts. These people want to punch me in the face. How would you bite Santa Claus?
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I want to do it.
Yeah. Why? I'm not AI. I don't do it. It'd be fine. She took an Adderall.
If you're gonna do it,
I gotta get off Tinder.
read the instructions.
I don't know why.
Mental illness is not an excuse for behavior.
We need help. I gotta shine some pills. Gotta take that. Madhouse Bar Talk, baby.
All right. Good morning. Sunday morning. We're here with Katey Beyer and Amber. I always call you Amber Smith, but that's not your actual last name, is it?
It is.
It is?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Well, it's not, but it will be.
Again.
I don't want,
Okay.
I'm changing it back for sure.
You are changing. Oh, okay. All right. I always call you Amber Smith, and then I
Amber Joy
see
Smith.
it, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here?
She's in my phone as Amber Smith. So.
Yeah, I'm a Smith for sure.
So Katey wanted to come in and talk about the Ohio 4 case again. We had talked about it before. And just to give everybody a quick synopsis, what happened was in August 7th, 8th of 1991 in Lorain, Ohio, they discovered EPS, which was on the 7th. Well, he was at 1:30 in the morning,
yeah,
so
so
actually it was the same day. I don't know why they keep saying that, but they discovered him
92?
on a side street up close to West Erie Avenue. Looked like he had been run over and beaten, and he was dead. And then
And throat slit. That's important because both their
and his throat was slit. Correct.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I've heard now that Marsha Blakely's DNA may be on his body, possibly. I think I heard that there's some. I think I did hear that. But then Marsha Blakely ends up at like 9:30 the next morning. So that was 1:30 in the morning. 9:30 in the morning, they discover Marsha Blakely behind the Westgate Shopping Center. Now, for people who are trying to put that in perspective, Westgate Shopping Center is a shopping center that's along railroad tracks. And there's like a back area where they bring in food or whatever, that like alleyway that goes behind almost every shopping center. And on the other side of the tracks are a series of side streets that go to West Erie Avenue. And this is where they found EPS, correct?
Yeah.
So they're pretty damn close. They're real close to each other. Correct.
2 miles.
And they both live together. She had just recently moved in. Yeah, with him. And they're both found with similar beatings. She was stabbed numerous times. I forget how many times.
Oh,
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
But
the main thing with both of them being similar is that both their throats were slit in the same way, same manner, and it was the coroner that brought that to light.
Yeah, they were both. But she was stabbed a lot.
Oh yeah, she was beat.
Yeah, she was beat and stabbed a lot.
Murder.
Correct. Yeah,
it wasn't over a dope sack. It was like
well, that's the thing. Like I heard too, and I'm getting ahead of myself as I'm trying to tell the story. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me get the story out first. So then they open up the investigation and they have no luck. They can't figure it out. They put out a $2,000 reward, and all of a sudden William Avery Sr. shows up at the police station and tells them he knows what went on. He tells them the whole story, and he's an informant at this time. Mm-hmm. Also has, they say, tenacious relationship with Marsha Blakely, who's a 22-year-old.
Who lived across the street.
That lived across the street from him, where they lived was in the. It's not what we considered the projects would have been the ones that were north of 21st Street.
Yeah,
but this is south of 21st Street is where they lived.
The townhomes.
Yeah, on like 24th area kind of falls into that area. So a few blocks away,
right
essentially.
Behind the gas station, really.
Correct.
If you really want to think about it.
Yep,
That's where
correct.
she lived at the time.
So That's where they lived. She lived with this Epps who was found. Floyd Epps, is that what it is?
Epps.
Floyd Epps.
Yeah.
And
He was a good guy.
he was a good guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm from Lorain, so I've asked a lot of people about him, and I know a lot of people that are related to the family, you know, the cousins and everything, and he was just a town drunk. He didn't, do drugs. And he helped everybody.
Well, when we look at the prosecution or the letter that's put out, not the letter, but all the information that came from Josh Dubbin, he's got that on his, what is it, Free Ohio 4 on Twitter.
FreeOhio4.com too, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got like a link where you can go and you can see all the depositions. And one of the things that was originally happened was they said, no, he's just a drunk. He's a good dude. Nobody would kill him.
Yeah.
But so they put this out. William Avery shows up. He gives them, this is what happened, statement. And they say, well, you're not giving us anything that isn't in the newspaper, So he comes back the next day and he has a son, and his son claims to have been actually with
The people.
Cleveland. He actually he says that Cleveland picked him up, went to the house, they beat the shit out of her in the house, dragged her out of the house, unconscious, and took her behind Westgate Shopping Center, where she went with them in two separate cars.
Yeah.
And then he walked away when they started stabbing her.
Yeah, that was the story.
And then knowing Al, there's no way.
No.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the
how
statement that's
apartment wasn't
listed.
Messed up.
What's that?
The apartment wasn't messed up. The apartment was clean.
The apartment does seem like it was clean.
Marsha Blakely's boyfriend spent the whole night there partying after she was murdered.
Who was Marsha Blakely's
Muncie,
boyfriend?
William Muncie.
William Muncie was her boyfriend at the time?
Yeah, William Muncie, and he wasn't they didn't hit I want to correct a little bit. Is they claim they hit a brick wall, which is why 2 weeks later William Avery came in. However, the day Marsha was murdered, William Muncie ran from the cops when they showed up at his house to talk to him and inform him that Marsha.
Is that true? That's true?
It's in the police report. Yeah.
No kidding. I'd never seen that part of it.
And it gets worse. So the day that she was murdered, they end up finding him later that afternoon, okay, at a friend's house.
Does it say the names on the police report?
Yeah, William Muncie.
No, the cops. Who it was?
Yeah, but off the top of my head right now, I can't think. But it was William Muncie.
That's funny. I Googled to see who Marsha Blakely was dating and had a romance. Because they keep saying she had a tenacious relationship with, they said she had a tenacious relationship with William Avery Sr.
Yeah.
That's what they keep saying.
But the day of her murder, they picked up the boyfriend. They went to the boyfriend's house. There was an argument going on when they walked in. He saw the cops, and this is all in the police report. And he ran. Okay. So they find him later that afternoon at a friend's house. They bring him in for questioning. 2 days later, they let him go. Okay. 2 days later, they bring in his sister, Gwendolyn Muncie, and Gwendolyn is the first person to mention Al Cleveland and John Edwards.
She mentions them?
It's in the police report.
She's the first person to mention them.
First person to mention them.
So this is prior to them putting out the $2,000 reward.
Yep. This is the 4 days after she was murdered. Okay, so then they bring in the brother again, and they have a conversation. I don't know what that conversation consists of. As Amber knows, I'm trying to track down a tape, a transcript, something from that interview. And then after that, we never hear about William Muncie again. William Muncie was the last person with her at 2 a.m. And he admitted that during that interview because that's in the police report.
He said he was with her at 2 a.m?
2 a.m.
Well, at that point, then Floyd Epps has already been found.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. That's really weird.
Which my theory is he was the one that ran over Floyd Epps. And I think Marsha was upset about it and ran from her apartment. And I think he caught up with her as well. And he was the last one to
Where's
see
he at
her.
now? Does anyone know?
Who's that?
William Muncie? No, I think I'm pretty sure no, he's still around.
I know that she did have kids, correct? Marsha
Blakely. She had
Blakely.
a son with him.
She had
With William Muncie.
3 kids, right? Total?
She had one.
I think she has 3 kids total.
I know about the son that she has with William Muncie. I don't know about
I believe he
anything
died.
else.
I think he died a couple years ago.
I thought I saw him arrested. I thought I saw his arrest report.
I thought I saw that he died a couple years ago.
He might have.
I thought that's what I
didn't
saw.
really look into where they are now. I was just reading the police report and found it really interesting that, the day that she was murdered, they show up at the boyfriend's house and he run. Why would you run? You know what I mean? Then they.
Well,
pick him
I'm
up.
looking at the report that I'm looking at right now, Free the Ohio 4 folder that Josh
Okay,
Dubbin
pull
put
up
out,
the
and
Lorain police report.
I don't see anything that says.
It's on my website, actually. If you go to my website, if you go to meanstreetnews.com, I
Mean
actually
Street
have it
News?
highlighted under William Muncie.
Oh,
Go to
okay.
his name. So what I did is I took the Free of the Ohio 4 documents and I went through all of them. I'm a crazy reader, right?
Okay.
So I went through all of them and I clipped the best, factual information. And then I put the picture of it up on my website. So if you go to meanstreetnews.com, Lorain County Files, Ohio 4, you'll go to William Muncie's name, and Gwendolyn Muncie's name's on there too. And then you can just scroll through and see where on the police report I have it highlighted.
I'm trying to see that on here. I don't see
Yeah, go
anything
to-
that
if you
says.
go to-
Do you know where it would be?
Yeah, go meanstreetnews.com. Go
No.
to.
Well, I'm looking on there.
yeah,
on
you're
his
looking
thing.
on his thing. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to show you.
Meanstreet.com.
Mean Street News.
Mean Street News.
.com. You'll be able to see it. It's crazy. Which is why my theory is it wasn't William Avery Sr. or anything. I think it was the boyfriend. And to think about the murder, it was a personal murder.
Well, you know what I don't understand about the whole thing is that he tends to have, like, when they do the interview with him, with William Avery Jr.,
Yeah.
he does have an awful lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he does have a lot of detail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you read his statement, like he talks about them coming out the left side, there's 2 cars. I mean, he has enough information that you think he might have been there. Possibly.
No, I think they made up a scenario. The apartment, because the apartment doesn't make sense. She was missing a shoe. That's another thing. She was missing a shoe. Remember I told you
Yeah.
about this? She was missing a shoe. You know where her other shoe was?
Where?
At her apartment. Where the boyfriend partied. Who had her purse?
I don't know. Who
William
had it?
Right, he
Muncie,
did, yeah.
her boyfriend.
He had her purse.
He had her purse.
Okay. That's
Then
pretty
he partied
bizarre.
all night at her house. And he wasn't welcome at. Now this is the big thing about it though, is he wasn't welcome at Ray Epps' house. The guy that was with him, I forget his name off the top of my head, but it's on my site. The guy
Well, 'cause
that
he
was
took
with
her in,
William
right?
Muncie. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he took her in because she had a crack addiction, had nowhere to go, but the boyfriend William Muncie was not allowed at Ray Epps' house. This guy that was with him that night said that he thought it was weird that he was showing up there because Epps didn't like him.
Yeah. So
Right?
he knew he was dead, all
But
right.
so you had to have known he was dead if you're in his house partying all night.
Yeah.
And Marsha's missing a shoe from where she was running. She's missing a shoe, so apparently my theory is she ran from her house.
Yeah.
And then where's her missing shoe? At her house. Who has her belongings? Her boyfriend. But the question then comes to say is why didn't the cops feel that way?
Right.
Well, I mean, it seems
like
like they
the
may
cops
have
are.
had they might have been going in that direction until they were interfered with by William Avery Jr.
But that's 2 weeks later. They had the boy. I mean, Gwendolyn is the first
Well,
one
it takes
that
2
brought up-
weeks to solve something, doesn't
But
it?
4
Or no?
days after the day of the murder, the boyfriend runs away. You interview him. You bring in the sister 2 days later, okay, to talk to the sister. Where was he that night? The sister vouches for him. Oh, I saw him that night. Okay. And then the sister gives him the story of Alfred Cleveland and John Edwards. Those are the first person to bring up.
Who was the one that was at Charlie's bar? Shaquem,
that was
because
Lenworth Edwards.
that's Lenworth.
That's Lenworth.
And that's Shaquem, right?
Yeah, and Shaquem is John Edwards.
John Edwards. Okay.
Yeah, and Shaquem told me about Lenny. He said Lenny is he was a pretty boy. He's not a violent guy. He was like a ladies' man. Like there was a bone in his body that could do something like that. Like he was just a regular kid. Now you have to understand these 4 guys were getting a lot of heat by the Lorain police at the time because they were coming in from New York.
But there was a report from a woman who was
Lenny's girlfriend.
Well, I don't know if it was a girlfriend. It was a bank teller that he was trying to hook up with or something.
He was staying with her.
He was staying with her.
Yeah, and she said she had bloody clothes. He had a bloody nose that night. The DNA came back to being his. That was on his clothes that they confiscated from her.
No, I don't. We're not talking about. I don't think the same
I think
person
we're
or
talking about
same
there's
thing.
not that many people. It's were you talking about the phone call?
Yeah, the person that was talking to him, and then
That's John
they were
Edwards.
calling. That's John Edwards.
That's not Lenny. That's
Okay,
John.
that's John
But there were
Edwards.
2 girls. Lenworth.
And he was trying to take her to the airport or something.
Yeah,
Or
and he was
he
with
was
Lenny
trying to
that
get her to
night.
take him to the airport.
Yeah, him and Lenny were in the. Oh, he was at Charlie's Bar. Him and Lenny were. Okay, so I'm going to go back correct. You just popped it in for me. He was with her and his girlfriend and Lenny. Lenny
Okay,
was there
yeah,
as well.
all
I'm
at the
mixing
bar.
them all up.
Correct,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm mixing the 2 up.
And
Those
where
2
was
were
Charlie's
together.
bar?
That was right
Back behind, like,
back behind.
you know where Aldi's is on Broadway and stuff? That there's like a trailer park and all that back there. Wasn't that where Charlie's?
No,
is?
it was where.
No,
Marcia's body
that's
was
the old
found.
Lincoln Park
Oh,
ballroom you're
No,
talking about.
Charlie's Bar used to be in the shopping center, same shopping center they found
Where the on 21st
Marcia's
Street?
body in the
yeah?
in the back. Yeah.
So it
'Cause
was
remember there
in the
was one-
Westgate Plaza. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
what I thought it
That's
was.
The
Yeah.
brothers are the ones that found her.
What was that
kind
one
of found
called back
her.
there?
The
What brothers?
The brothers that own Charlie's Bar.
Okay,
They
that's
were
who
the ones
found
that
him.
found her because she was out there taking out trash or whatever, cleaning up from the night before.
Oh, I remember
And they're the
Charlie.
ones that found her body. They called the cops.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did she absolutely have where she had been run over?
They say that, but
I know he was for sure.
the coroner later kind of comes back with that argument that she really wasn't. It could have been just damage because of a beating. You know what I mean? There was the pressure with her between here and here where they thought that she might have been run over, but you can't say that it could have been somebody beat the shit out of you. You know what I mean? They couldn't
Correct.
say for a
Right.
fact because no offense, if your head's run over, your whole cranium would have been.
So is there any proof that like multiple people even beat the shit out of her? There's no proof of that,
No.
correct?
No,
Yeah.
no.
That-
And the
see-
apartment was clean. If you just got beat to shit by 4 grown men, and Al Cleveland's a big guy, so is Lenny. So I assume I haven't seen Edwards in person, but I know Lenny is. John, I'm not sure. I know he's tall, and then Benson Davis is a big, thick guy. She would have been. I mean, 20 minutes. She had a 20
she
minute
was
beating.
dead.
She was
I mean-
dead, but she would have been. Bruised up head to toe. Like.
I
think
mean,
about
she
the
was
damage
dead. I
4
mean,
guys would have
obviously she was
caused.
damaged enough. But I mean, I don't know that means 4 people did it. The problem I have with this case is that there's no physical evidence. There's only William Avery Jr.'s statement.
Testimony. And he recanted to the FBI, to the Secret Service. to
Not only that,
in court.
he recanted in the first time they went to take him to court. He recanted it immediately.
Yeah.
And they put him in jail.
Yep.
He was arrested and put in jail until he obeyed and did what he was supposed to do.
Absolutely. And the judge threatened him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he comes out and gives this even more detailed statement.
Yeah.
He gives a more detailed statement even after that. And then he goes to Detroit, and he tells them in Detroit, he tells an FBI agent exactly what happens in 2006. He says, I made the whole thing up, blah, 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 blah. So then in 2008, he does a formal affidavit signing it. So they bring him in to court, and they want to retry it essentially in 2008. They bring him in, but they tell him, if you recant your statement, you're looking at 30 years in prison.
Right.
Which he thinks he shouldn't get. I think he should. 4 people have lost their life
120
to
years
imprisonment.
altogether, yeah.
You do deserve 30 years in
Oh,
prison if
absolutely.
you lied about it.
100%.
100% you do.
You
So
don't get
I'm not
sick.
blaming
Even
anybody.
prosecutors that are sick enough to keep it going and fighting them.
I
He
get
should be
it,
in
but
jail, too.
I get that. But at the same time,
all of them, even that.
this guy, I mean, he deserves to go to prison for
Yeah,
that. I mean, you
100%.
take 4 people's lives
I'd
from
like
him.
him buried under the jail. Yeah.
Yeah, he should definitely go to prison for 30. So I agree
100%.
with that. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. But because of that, because of him knowing what's at stake, he just pleads the 5th in the case. So now the first time he went to court, he refused to say it, said he made it up. There was a mistrial. Then they put him in jail. He goes to jail. They tell him basically you're going to prison because you falsified or whatever.
Let me interrupt real quick, though.
Okay.
Just real quick, 'cause this is important. When he got out of prison, that he agreed that he would testify again, and he got out of prison, they put him in a hotel with his father.
Correct. Yes. And
abusive.
multiple hotels. They were moving him
His
around.
abusive father, by the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I seen too that his father would spend all the money on drugs. Literally, food money was going on drugs. He came home. It said at 14 years old, he came home hungry, starving, and his dad gave him a crack pipe and said that'll get rid of the hunger. That's a true story. That is exactly what it says.
Yeah,
That's a true story.
Yeah.
Here, this will cure your hunger. 14 years old. Here, this will cure your hunger.
Yeah.
That's wild to
That's
me.
awful.
That is. It's horrible. It's I'm not saying he had
I
a
think
good
he was
life.
very much abused. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Yeah.
Well, J.D. Tomlinson's belief was that it might be William Avery Sr. that did it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I in my heart of hearts, just based on what I've seen and what I've read, I think it was the boy. It was, and the type of murder. It wasn't a murder of like, oh, I just don't like you. He slit he slit Epps and Marsha's throat. I mean, ear to ear. Like, that's passion. That's a crime of passion. That's not just like, I don't like you, somebody. You know what I mean? I'm gonna kill you. That's, I think, more personal.
Yeah.
And, you know, from what I heard from other sources is William Muncie wasn't happy about her staying with Epps.
Okay, that
Wasn't
makes sense.
happy at all because she got addicted to crack because from what I heard, William Muncie was selling crack at the time. She then becomes an addict. She has nowhere to go. He gives her a place to go. She didn't have
That's the
Epps.
dad that was selling the crack.
Well, you know what the thing
No,
is.
not the dad. William Muncie's the
At that
boyfriend.
time, at that time in my life, I knew a lot of drug dealers
Me too.
at that time.
Yeah,
I
back
worked
then.
at the Subway that was owned by Fred Ramirez, Andy Harkula. Like they were drug dealers. They actually all went to prison shortly after that. Actually, they were serious drug dealers. What I can tell you is that a crackhead, because the news tells you constantly she was a prostitute, crackhead.
Yeah.
Marsha
course they gotta
Blakely.
make
She's
her
an
do
addict.
it.
Yeah, they have to be
who
horrible
cares?
to
Yeah,
her.
she
It's
was an addict.
disgusting,
She was an
honestly.
addict.
Still a human.
Yeah, but they don't treat her that way in the
No.
newspapers. None of them
of
ever
them.
did.
Well, look who's right.
But the claim was by William Avery Jr. was that she owed them $3,000. In 1991, I promise you, no dope man.
He's fronting your crackhead.
Not to the
Not
tune of
doing it today.
$3,000.
They're
No,
not doing it today.
not even a
They weren't
chance.
doing it when.
In 91, $3,000 was a lot, though.
But
I
they're
mean,
also not
91
doing-
was no joke.
Yeah.
They're not fronting that to a
But
crackhead.
they're not fronting that to a crackhead.
Right. That's my whole point. There's no way she owed them $3,000.
No.
There's no possible way.
No.
She's
But
working
didn't-
that off one way or another.
Yeah.
She ain't getting no free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something to that effect. Yeah.
And no offense, with the amount of weight the New York guys were dealing with, they weren't worried about that $3,000 either.
Oh no, they were worried about $3,000. That's $3,000 was a lot back then. You're talking. I mean, 91. You're talking like literally a good job was only paying you like $22
No,
an
I
hour.
understand
This
that,
is
but they
this is
weren't
like a
like-
month of wages basically for any worker.
Yeah.
At that time. I mean, that's a lot of
But
money at
between
that
these
time.
four guys, especially John Edwards, they were moving weight. I mean,
I
they weren't
get it,
moving
but
just
it's
like
a lot of
kilo
money.
here
That
and
was a
there.
lot of money. That was a lot
I
of
get
money.
that, but they weren't moving like a kilo. A kilo would have covered that $3,000. They were moving weight. I mean, and John across the country. I mean, because he got hemmed up on other drug charges. You know what I mean? He's in North Carolina, so he wasn't moving just like a kilo or two. They were moving weight.
No, and then
$3,000
I was
them
with
wasn't-
people. I knew people at that time were serious movers,
Yeah.
like Fred Ramirez and all those guys that were. I mean, they were serious drug
Yeah.
dealers back then. They owned the Pump and Iron Gym. They owned the Subway.
Pumping Iron.
They
Oh, yeah.
they owned Andy's Brew and Q. These were all drug deals. That's all that was going on. It was all drug life.
Yeah.
But so I seen them. I know it. What I'm telling you is I know $3,000 didn't go to a fucking whore.
No, I know that.
Basically, is what they're putting her out as a whore, which is horrible.
Yeah.
To dog her like that and her. I mean, but it is what it is.
She
I
pulled a
guess
trick right before she was murdered to get crack. I mean,
she did.
Yeah.
To
white
who?
Guy, white boy. What was it? White boy. They called him white boy. Oh, I can't think what the guy called him. White boy Rick. White boy Rick.
I was gonna say White Boy Ricky.
White boy Rick. Yeah,
White
because I
Boy
thought
Rick.
of White boy Rick from Detroit when the guy
that's that
said it.
movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought about.
Yeah.
But that's the guy's. That was that guy's name that she
Yeah.
pulled a trick with.
Well,
Yeah,
there's people that show her around noon or midnight.
midnight.
I mean,
It was Gonzalez, Marie Gonzalez.
yeah, show her at the bar,
And
right?
Marie Gonzalez is the one that told the police to go talk to William Muncie.
Really?
She didn't want to tell him who she saw. That
So
night,
you're
but she
convinced
said-
100%
it's-
Muncie is who it is?
Yeah.
What's
Where's he
happened
at
to
now?
Muncie since then? You don't know?
He's in Lorain.
He is in
Their
Lorain?
family's in. It's a big family. They're in Lorain. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm not gonna say what they've said to me since, but they're in Lorain.
They are in Lorain. But you don't know about him specifically. Like, has he
Not
been
him
arrested for
specifically. I
anything?
reached
I
out
don't
to
think that
people
you
around
kill
him.
2 people, stab somebody in the neck, and don't commit other crimes afterwards. That seems like something that just, like, cries more crime, right? I mean, it seems like it. I guess that's my big issue with it. It's like, this didn't just happen and that person stopped doing these nasty things. This
No,
is pretty
it's continued.
extreme, you would think.
Well, or you killed in a crime of passion, and you were doing other illicit things that didn't amount to killing somebody.
I just feel like when you stab the shit out of somebody that many times and get away with it, you just keep doing that, I think. In my opinion, I don't know.
I don't think so. No, because it was your girlfriend that was a crackhead that you had a night of. You were mad. He was the last one to see her. Last one to physically see her was the boyfriend. And he
I'd
followed
like
her.
to know where
He
he
had her
is.
purse.
I want to see who he is.
Who, William Muncie?
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to, too.
I want to
mean,
know who he is.
I mean, I went through a rabbit hole. Like, I went and
like
looked
him,
at, like,
everybody.
because Marcia had 2 brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
And I went and looked at them, looked them up. You know what I mean? And
have, yeah.
I mean, I've looked them up. And, yeah, William Muncie, though, wasn't on my radar. Because, honestly, when you look at all the documents, you never even hear his name.
No, isn't that interesting?
I never hear his name. I
I
mean, I went through
know,
everything
so
that I went through. I never
interesting.
heard his
If
name.
you go on meanstreetnews.com and you under his name, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Is 100%
Yeah, I did punch that in.
verifiable.
Let me see. All right. So you got a search in here on Mean Street, dude? What do
Go
I
to
do?
Mean Street News.
I'm
hit
here.
The little line thing to go down. Go to Lorain County Files.
Lorain. Wait, what am I doing?
It should be a pull down at the top left of the screen. Little pull down tab.
Mean Street News, Informed Ohio.
All right, so go down to Lorain County Files. Hit Ohio 4.
I'm hitting something wrong. I don't see this thing you're talking about. County Files. There we go. All right, I got
Lorain
you.
County Files, hit Ohio 4.
All right, I'm working on it. My daughter's trying to FaceTime me right now. Guess again, kiddo. Carroll County. Boy, you're all over the place, huh?
Oh, I'm everywhere.
Jesus, you scrolling too far.
You shouldn't be scrolling. You should be able to pull it right up. I can pull it on my laptop. 2 seconds.
Harris, Knox County, Lake County, Lawrence County.
Why are you
What'd you
going
have
to
going on in Lake
counties?
County?
What are you doing in county?
I don't know. This is what
Lorain-
you told me to do. Jesus.
Hold on. If you pull it up, it says Lorain County Files. There should be Ohio 4.
Yeah, I'm on
tab.
something wrong. I don't know. I'm
Here,
not.
I'm about to look on your side so I can pull it up for you.
Well, I mean, I'm going to your page. Am I
Here, where
doing
is
something
it?
wrong?
Hit this.
All right, home.
Go more.
More.
Go right. How far? Right
Oh,
there.
that's not what I went to. I went to.
All right, now
this.
go down.
All right.
Down, 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 down. Keep going, keep going. Pull it in. Now look, go to Muncie's name. Keep going, keep going.
William Avery.
William Avery, keep going. Charlton. Keep going.
Leonard.
William Muncie. Here we
All
go.
right. So.
And then scoot and then go over. You have to go over. If you move over,
How do I click on this shit?
here, hit your button that goes to the right.
The right click?
Here. You should be able to scroll through this. Here, click that little thing right there.
There we
See?
go.
Can you get it
Okay,
now?
all right, I got you.
You see how I did it?
I got you.
All
I
right.
got you. All right, all right.
And then I even have notes on there. My notes. I gave you guys my notes.
So they went after Muncie at this point.
The day of the murder.
The day of?
The day of. They questioned William Muncie the day of the murder. Then they brought him back 4 days later.
My question is, how can there somebody be run over and we couldn't figure out what car ran him over? That seems like that's pretty easy to figure out, right?
Yeah, I would think if somebody was ran over, that somebody would report a car messed up. But that's where I go to the Marie Gonzalez thing. Is she said the night that she saw Marsha Blakely, she was with somebody that's car. It was like an old red Oldsmobile, you know what I mean? And that the muffler was messed up. And she told the cop this. Well, after they interviewed William Muncie, this red car, and it was within 24 hours, okay? this red car that appears in front of her house, muffler fixed.
Huh.
And then she calls the detective, and then she was scared. She was scared.
What's the one that was at the impound that they kept looking at? That was towed in?
Yeah.
There's a car that it keeps showing that was towed in that they looked at multiple times.
Oh, that was Lenworth Edwards' girlfriend's car, and she tried to say like he came home with blood all over him and stuff. He had a bloody nose, and they tested his jacket, and his jacket came up that the DNA on his jacket from that night was his.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. William Avery says that he was punched in the nose.
Yeah.
William Avery Jr. says he was punched in the nose or
Yeah,
whatever.
but Lenny, that was his blood. He said he had a bloody nose.
Which would make sense if he was punched in the nose.
Well, my sense also, if you're doing a bunch of cocaine, you're gonna need a bloody nose sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
as
Yeah, that
well.
makes a difference.
And he was at the bar, and he got a bloody nose, and he had witnesses to say the fact. And she tried to say, like, you know, it was him, but I also think she might have been a little upset that he was. I mean, from what I heard, he was lover boy. He was, you know.
So you don't
everywhere.
think there's anything to
No.
J.D. Tomlinson's Avery's?
No.
You think it was all? You think Muncie was the one?
It was Muncie. Yeah.
You think it was Muncie all the
Yeah.
way,
Based on-
100%.
And I've read all those documents. I went through every single one of
And
those
he
documents.
partied at their house.
Yeah, he partied at Ray Epps' house the entire night, which the guy.
So
that
what
was-
time did he leave that Ray Epps'
8
house?
a.m.
It's Floyd Epps. Why do you say
8 a.m.
Ray Epps?
Oh, sorry, I have Ray Epps, wrong person. I say Ray Epps because January 6th was Ray Epps.
Oh, okay.
I just mixed them up. Floyd Epps' apartment. He was with another guy. I forget his name. I want to say it wasn't Charlton. Charlton was the one that tricked her. It's on my site. I can't think of his name right now. That was with William Muncie the entire night, partying with her.
At
He was
Floyd
looking-
Epps'
at
apartment.
Floyd Epps' house because he was looking for Epps.
When
He
you
showed
say
up
party,
there.
they were doing coke, right?
No,
Or-
drinking.
They're just drinking.
They were drinking. I don't know about coke or anything, but they were drinking. They were partying. But the guy thought it was really weird because he knew that Ray Epps didn't like William Muncie and would never
Floyd
allow.
Epps. Floyd Epps.
I keep saying Ray. Floyd Epps didn't like Muncie, and he, you know, basically said it was weird that he was there. You know what I mean? Because he would always kick it outside of it, but he wouldn't.
It's wild.
But then you partied there till 8 a.m. and then the cops are coming. They didn't go to the apartment immediately to go check out the apartment. They
Yeah,
went
when
there,
did they go into the apartment then?
Resendez went there, I think, a day later.
A day later? A whole
A day
day?
later, then they locked it down. But yeah,
Why in the hell would you find two dead bodies that live in an apartment and never go there for a day?
I don't know.
That's wild.
I know.
That's bizarre.
It's very. The whole thing's bizarre. Why would you question this guy a couple times, and then all of a sudden this guy's story that he gave you, the sister's story that she gave the cops, all of a sudden is being adopted 3 weeks later by William Avery.
Well, the other thing is they said that she was dragged out of the apartment with unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
They said there's no proof of anything like that, as far as dirt, grass on
Yeah.
her, anything like that.
Don't
She
you
had
think it's
been
weird nobody saw
hurt somewhere
either?
else, huh?
Don't you think it's weird nobody in that area saw either of you? But I don't know if any of you have been at 2 a.m.
It's
I've been
pretty.
over there at 2
It's
a.m.
pretty congested
It
over
is
there.
very
Yeah, it's
congested
not.
over
Yeah,
there.
it's not.
And they're always up. They're always up out and about. There's people coming up and down the street. Somebody would have seen somebody dragging a body.
You would think so, yeah. I would think so.
Immediately, and especially in the summertime. It wasn't like it was winter where everybody's inside and they're.
No, it's August.
No.
It's August 8th.
Yeah.
August 8th.
It was summertime, so everybody's out over there at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, 11. And William Muncie's the last person that saw her. He said that he had her purse.
Where did he say he saw her?
She was walking down the street. Right, so basically, she lived on. If you go to the gas station, the first stop sign. There's that. I forget what that street's called. but
24th.
It was that street. Well, then there's you go into the back way, literally.
Yeah, it's it turns into it goes around a corner basically. Yeah.
He sees her right around the corner. Says he wanted to talk to her, so he went and grabbed his shoes or whatever, but took her purse from her because he didn't want her to walk off. Okay, and then when he got outside to go meet with her, she was gone. She was just gone, mysteriously gone, and he ran into this guy that he went.
Did they say what time was
It
this?
was
then?
2 a.m.
This was 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
So this is 2 a.m. and Floyd Epps is already
Already dead.
discovered.
Yeah, discovered.
So I mean, he'd been dead maybe a while, but
Yeah.
he's already been discovered at
Yeah,
this point.
but this is
Who
the story
discovered
that
him?
Somebody called, saw his body laying on the side of the road.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody called public.
Was he on the road or sidewalk? Where was
Side
he
of
at?
the road.
He was on the
side
road,
of the
okay.
road, yeah. He wasn't in the road. He was on the side, but there was a body laying there. So somebody called.
But somebody,
And at
but
1
he
a.m.,
definitely was ran
immediately.
over.
immediately.
He was ran over for sure, 100%.
Well, yeah, and his death was the slit throat. I don't think he was completely dead. I think that's why whoever did it slit their throat.
Yeah.
That's personal.
It seems pretty personal.
I mean, if you go to statistically, crimes of passion, crimes where people get their throat slits, it's usually the husband, the boyfriend, the girlfriend,
Well, that's always the first person you look at anyways, is the girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, husband, or wife, whatever. That's who you look at first.
Yeah. You don't look at 4 random men that think they gave her a dope sack and was like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
That gave a crackhead like $3,000 in credit.
Yeah,
Like that's the thing that really cracks me up. Like $3,000 in credit on a crackhead in '91 didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
I mean, that
They
guy
might
wouldn't
give
be
it
in
to a
business
crackhead
very long if he was doing
hurt
that.
Somebody.
Yeah.
They might give $3,000 a crack to hurt somebody.
Yeah, well, maybe, possibly. I mean,
No, I don't see it. It's not plausible.
no, I don't see it. Not $3,000. That's too much. That's just a lot.
Exaggerated number.
Well, you know what the problem is? It's like, have you guys watched that on Netflix? Do you guys watch that show that's called, what the heck is it called? Like Wrong Place, Wrong Time or something? I forget what it's called. It's about innocent people being found guilty. And there's like Mississippi, there's this All Good.
There was a football player that went to college. He was going to be a college football player, and he got. I remember I did watch that on Netflix. It was a college football player, and he was in high school, and he was going to be picked for college, and he got accused of raping some girl that he was getting ready to have sex with in the hallway.
Possibly,
And the
yeah,
teacher
but I
walked
don't
up
think
and
I got
ran,
that
and
far in the
girl-
shows yet. Yeah, I don't think I got that
And
far.
then he ended
No
up.
idea.
She reached out to him after prison, after he had already went and was trying to clear his name, and wanted to screw him again. Right. Like,
The big thing with that one was
bitches are crazy.
Bitches are crazy.
bitches are
Bitches
crazy.
are
I'll give you that one.
Crazy.
The big one with that one is that it's bite marks in the beginning of those episodes. They're talking about bite marks.
Yeah, I think that was a doctor, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Dr. West who's
Yeah, I
like
did
claiming
watch
there's
some of
bite
it.
marks
Yep.
that are. He's claiming there's bite marks, but it's only the top teeth. These kids are.
Like,
Yeah, you have to have the bottom teeth, right? Yeah. So
Gumming 'em?
his name is Dr. West, and he's been proven to have done a lot of forensic information. This is
Okay.
hurting my ear for some reason today. He's done a lot of forensic information that's been basically debunked. And the prosecutor, which is All Good, was his name.
Yeah.
This is all in Mississippi.
okay.
Just refuses to accept like that this is wrong information. He just does not want to accept it, even after having statements from the person who actually murdered this kid. He still doesn't want to accept it. And I feel like that's what's going on with Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
Like he just like he put these people in prison and he does not want it, no matter what. He doesn't want anybody to look into his convictions and say that maybe he was wrong.
We got a
'cause
lot of those
Well,
to
think
look
about
into.
it. If Nancy Smith and the Ohio Four, because they were around the same time, okay? Nancy
But the Ohio
Smith-
4 is different because if somebody falsely accused and gives you an eyewitness testimony that states that, that's not on Rosenbaum.
Oh, no.
That's not on
Rosenbaum
anybody.
knew, though.
He might have, but either way, that's not on him. Nancy Smith's another story. I feel like he did that.
He knew that.
Yeah, I feel like he knew what he was doing.
He took one of his friends to see Sal Rivera and told Sal Rivera how he's going to drop
But
Yeah.
my point in that
investigations
whole
and
thing.
shit on that person.
But
Correct.
my point
Oops,
here.
sorry.
No, you're fine. My point here would be is that if these two cases come to light that he did prosecutorial misconduct and all of this, how many cases do you think they're going to go back?
Do you
and
guys
look
know
at
why he
over the
got
last
fired?
30
That's
years?
true. What's that?
Do you know why he got fired in 2002 from Greg White?
No, let's hear
Because
it.
of the woman in Oberlin. So there was a woman in Oberlin that took a picture of her kid in the bathtub.
Oh,
And he
yeah,
tried.
I heard about
And then
that.
another bus driver in Oberlin.
Wait, what?
So he lost
I
his
didn't
job
hear
over.
this. What?
No, wait,
Oh, yeah, this was
the
new
kid
after
that took
the
the
podcast,
picture
after.
was a bus driver, wasn't she?
No, the lady, she just took a picture of her kid in the bathtub. Then there was a guy.
And she wasn't a bus
that he tried
driver,
to
though?
accuse. No, he tried to accuse a guy.
Oh, really?
It was a guy and a woman that took a picture of her kid
In the bed, which is
in the
innocent,
bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then there was another bus driver in Oberlin.
yeah.
2 cases out of
What?
Oberlin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a true
He got
story.
fired for abuse of fucking power and shit. Yeah, here we are.
You should remind me of that later.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
found out
remember
about
I
that.
did
I
the
think we
podcast the
talked
next
about it.
day?
Yeah,
No,
we
I don't
talked
think
about it.
Did we?
I think we did,
Because
yeah.
I thought I found that out
Well,
the
I know
next
him and
day.
Greg White were having issues anyways.
Well, we may have talked about it after the podcast. That's possible.
Yeah.
But I know we talked
Because we
about
never
it.
talked about 83 or 85. It was 83 or 85. 85, I'm thinking.
Oh,
I forgot my
yeah.
notebook.
83 or 85? What's
Yeah,
that?
so
85.
remember back in, they were saying how Joseph had prior or whatever? Well, I
Okay.
found this out. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
yeah.
So in 985.
Now you're going back to the Nancy Smith case, which is the Ohio Head Start case.
Yeah.
You're talking
So
about
way before that.
right.
You
You're
know how they
talking
claim they
about
didn't know?
you're talking about the Joseph Allen, who was the accused molester.
Right.
That supposedly your mom was just like, here, let me bring you some fucking
Right.
kids to fuck with.
The school was like,
Yeah.
take them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get,
Come
I don't
on.
mean to
Your
laugh,
mask,
but
your
it's
scary
Yeah.
mask,
stupid
take
it
them.
sounds.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
why
dumb.
not?
So dumb.
So Joseph Allen and this guy, I just can't even with him. I feel so like it's terrible. So in 85, he was dating some woman, and his IQ is 75 or something. So you can like, I'm not like making fun
Yeah.
of it. I'm just saying like you
Low
can
IQ
imagine
individual, yeah.
like someone, you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
I get what
Any,
you're
I don't want
saying.
to.
That's not horrible. They say the average IQ in America is 80, so that's not.
Mine's probably 80. But anyway,
it's not.
so
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, no.
It
We wouldn't be
depends on
friends.
what she smoked.
Yeah.
we have to get the.
We wouldn't be friends if your IQ was 80.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he has a girlfriend. She has a little kid, 3 or 4. Says that the girlfriend, they break up. Says that she molested the kid, or he did, molested the kid, touched the kid, whatever. Comes out, the lady doesn't like.
After
wanna
they broke up.
testify, So, yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't want to. I don't know. The state picks it up. His attorney in 85 said, you know, this is a bad case though. You should probably just take the plea deal. You should probably take that because we're probably not gonna beat it. Even though the woman said it didn't happen, right? The state picks it up how they do. You know who those 2 people were, right? Jack Bradley and Rosenbaum.
Oh, really?
So he represented Jack represented Joseph on a molestation case in the 80s, and then they play this dumb shit like he just came and did his car stolen, which he probably did, but they knew who he was when he walked up there. They knew who he was when
They
he
knew exactly
reported
who
the
he was.
fucking car because they knew.
Okay.
And that's how he really got. Yeah.
That's how
They
he
had
got
already
hemmed
set
up
him up
in
for
it.
failure then.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and reports his car stolen, and Joel Miller, I'm so tired of that guy. Nobody brings him up. Joel Miller.
The school teacher in
No,
Amherst
that
that's
was
a
the
Senate?
detective that likes to put masks and stuff.
Oh,
like,
okay.
In one of the reports it says he went and got a mask out of a fucking attic.
What
Wait,
kind of
there's an
mask?
attic
What are you
and a
talking
basement
about?
now?
Wait,
oh yeah,
what?
it's in a report. I'm telling you, it says somewhere that Joel Miller got a mask out of a attic
Yeah.
and the basement. So there was an attic and a basement
yeah.
involved now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
How
about.
no one's
now.
bringing that
Yeah,
up?
no,
Attic
you're
and a
accurate.
basement.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. From Joseph Allen's house, it says
Yeah.
from a basement, but he got it from the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What attic?
And no basement. There
No
was
basement. But there were,
Margie
like I said,
Margie Grondin had a basement.
and then Del Perzola
Yeah.
painting his face black. And
Well,
then
you
that's where
guys
the
had a
black
big
and white
victory
spots
last
go.
night, huh?
Huh?
You guys had a victory?
Yeah.
What happened? Let's
So
talk about
this is why we
this.
want to talk about the Ohio Fort and Nancy's case together is because Josh Dubin was on Joe Rogan the other day, and Josh Dubin brought up the 300-page motion to try to charge J.D. Tomlinson with defrauding the courts.
Which the thing is with that is that a judge gave him the right to reopen that.
Chris Cook.
Correct.
Chris Cook
So
wrote
he
20-page
gives them that.
dissertation
So
live.
if you get that, if you are given that, then the judge is the one that's in wrong. You just requested it
Chris
from
Cook
the
is not- and
judge.
to be very clear, we all want to be very clear here. Chris Cook was not in the wrong doing what he did with Nancy Smith's case and allowing a sentence.
No, but I
amendment.
mean, how does that
No,
ever
I just
go
wanna be
back
very
on
clear to the
Tomlinson, though?
public.
Anyways.
I just want to be very clear to the public. None of us here think Chris Cook did anything
Yeah, no.
wrong. Chris
No,
Cook is
no,
a
no,
very
no,
good
no, not at
judge.
all. No, not
But-
at all.
But that's what our new prosecutor's saying.
Yeah,
Tony's a little
absolutely.
guy, man. He's got a little. He's got a lot of.
Well, he's
problems,
like
man.
this
He's
all
like-
good that does not. They don't want to. They want to hold on to it
guy
and
with
not
big
let go.
problems.
I mean, the problem with the Ohio 4 is they only have one piece of evidence, and that evidence is William Avery Jr. stating,
testimony,
right?
yeah.
There's a mistrial before it even starts. He's recanted the statement with the FBI in 2006. In
Yes, he
2008, he
was.
did an actual formal affidavit in which he blames his father.
Yeah.
So when you say it's not his father, he said he kind of,
I don't think it's father.
well, I mean, he says it.
I know, but he said a lot.
But he's seen enough.
But
I mean,
he's lied a
he
lot.
must have
Why would
known
you
enough
believe a notorious
information.
Liar? He's done nothing but lie.
But if he has enough information that lines up with what they see,
But he didn't originally say it was his dad.
no, he didn't. But
No, he
he
waited.
gave a recant
But you
of
could
what
think it
happened at the
was.
place.
If your dad's the one that told you to say this story, wouldn't you think it was your dad?
Maybe, possibly.
But at the same time, do I believe a word that comes out of Avery's mouth? No. He's a known perjured liar, not only on this case, but food stamp fraud. This is what they did to get paid, is they snitched on people.
Yeah,
I mean,
senior. Yeah.
Senior and junior.
Oh, Junior did it
I
too.
was
Yeah,
They
that's why
probably
the
got
Secret
cracked
Service
on it.
got involved, because they were selling food stamps and then reporting people for food stamp fraud when he was the one that was doing it.
Back then?
Yeah.
Back in 91?
Well, no, a little bit afterwards, but yeah.
When it was still rainbow
When
money.
it was still, yeah.
Wow.
I
There was
mean,
a
I
lot
don't
of food
believe
stamp
a
fraud going on
word
back then.
Avery has to say, but I believe
And look
based
at
on the
people
evidence.
that they use, it's credibility.
Well, yeah,
It's like,
well, and
come
based on the
on.
evidence, it says it in the fucking police report.
Well, it's hard to have
the
credible
blueprint.
people when you're talking about a drug ring.
Yeah, but it's.
I mean, it's very hard. In all fairness,
Yeah.
to everybody involved, how do you find credible witnesses amongst, honor amongst thieves, as they
Exactly.
say? These are all drug dealers, and
Well,
like,
snitches, though, they're pretty documented, aren't they?
Yeah, CIs.
So-
Yeah, they're both CIs.
Yeah.
Yeah, confidential
Yeah.
informants.
That's all I'm saying. It's probably pretty well documented that
Oh,
they
yeah.
were
CIs.
like, yeah.
Well, how about the feds came to Joe Rosenbaum and was like, "Your witness is a liar," and he's like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck." You know what I mean?
what happened? Wait, what?
The Secret Service and the FBI went straight to Rosenbaum and said, "This guy that was a witness in your case, in this case, is a known perjured liar. He lied about this, lied about that, lied about this case."
Well, that's
And
my
Rosenbaum
problem. I
went,
feel like there had to have been some. You have to give it
Yeah.
some evidence, and there's none.
None.
There's absolutely
No
no
physical.
evidence
they weren't even in town.
anywhere.
Two of them weren't even in town.
I mean-
Cleveland was seen by his probation officer. Like,
Right.
he wasn't in town.
Yeah,
John
they were said he
Edwards
was.
in
There
New
was a
York
lot
with
of
his teeth
people.
done.
Yeah, there was a
Like-
lot of people. Even like, what's the guy on Shark Tank? They said,
The Shark Tank guy, you told
Yeah,
me this.
yeah, yeah.
Shark Tank guy was with him.
yeah, he
With
was
Al
like
Cleveland the
running a
day
cab
before.
service or
The day
something out there.
before.
Yeah,
The day before, which is the day Marsha was murdered. He was
Right,
with
right.
Al Cleveland.
Yeah.
Al wasn't even in the fucking state.
Yeah.
the whole thing doesn't make sense.
No, but you know what makes
And that
sense
guy
is
stayed his
my
friend this
story.
whole
That
time,
makes
like-
sense.
No, your story does have the
Makes
best
sense,
legs.
yeah.
I ain't gonna argue with
And I'm
that.
just saying, like, not that I know. Like, I'll do the Candace Zone. If you know, you don't know, but you know. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, but I know.
I don't know, but I know.
I know.
But I have a little bit of street background. I understand how the game works. I lived in Lorain. I've heard a lot of people talk about this case. You know, and really not even about Marsha. I didn't know really about Marsha. I knew about Ray Epps because
Floyd Epps.
I keep doing it because I was doing January 6th like thing, so I
Yeah.
keep thinking Ray Epps for some reason. Floyd Epps, you know, people want to know who murdered him. His murder is still unsolved. Why is Marsha more important than him?
Well, I mean, that's what happened when Avery Jr. came in and only had evidence on one.
Well, don't you think that's weird too? Is that
It's very weird.
Senior and junior had nothing to say about the man that was
The other
murdered?
thing is, I never heard anywhere was what time frame does he claim that Alfred Cleveland comes and gets him?
11 o'clock.
So he got, okay, so it's 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it came back to his house at 11 o'clock to tell him that they killed Marsha. But Marsha was seen.
Well, no, he recanted that. He said he came back to his house.
I know he said that, but that's when Al supposedly told him he wasn't there.
But that was at
murder, but it
11
was
o'clock, so that was way earlier.
Yeah, it
then.
was way earlier, and people saw Marsha
At midnight.
Jeremiah Charlton saw her at 11:30. Let her pull a trick to get some drugs. He got busted. He got busted by somebody, and he thought that evidence would actually help reduce the street. You know, I get in trouble with something. I'm gonna want to reduce my charges. I have some
Right.
information on
Right.
this case, so he gave that to police, thinking it would reduce the charge. And I'm laughing because later he says, and like in the appeals stuff, he's like, I knew that would have gotten me off. Like, but he saw her at 11 o'clock, 11:30. We have Maria Gonzalez that saw her at 12 o'clock. Then we have the baby daddy boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, whatever, that sees her at 2 in the morning. So how did Alfred Cleveland murder at 11 o'clock, all the murder at 11 o'clock? John
Yeah,
Edwards
that's
was
the
at
part I didn't
bar.
understand too. It was all a little too early.
Yeah, and John Edwards was at the bar with his mother-in-law and his baby mama. Like, two people went home.
And
with
other
them.
people seen him there too. On
Yeah.
top of that, he was buying drinks for people
for
and stuff like
everybody.
that.
He was there
Yeah.
all night. So was Lenny Edwards. I mean, Benson Davis. I'm not sure where he was that night. I haven't looked into him as much, but yeah.
I haven't seen anything about his whereabouts at that time. Who's the one that's the light-skinned, blue eyes? Who's that?
That's Lenny.
That's Lenny.
The ladies' man. He's the lady-
That's the
like
one that they
John
say
called
stabbed her in the
ladies'
neck,
man.
right?
Yeah.
That's the one that he claims stabbed her in the neck.
Oh,
I have no idea.
No, for sure. And
For
in the
sure, yeah.
affidavit statement,
Yeah, he didn't do
he
that.
said he didn't know his name, but he said he was light-skinned, blue eyes or green eyes,
Green,
and that
I
he
think.
stabbed her in the neck.
Yeah, that would be Lenny. But Lenny, like, what John, that makes sense why John then told me on the phone, Shakim, what John told me on the phone is that he's a pretty boy. Like, he wasn't doing, because I didn't really understand why he was telling me that, why Lenny Edwards is a pretty boy, but that makes sense if that's what somebody said, they stabbed him in the neck, and he's like, he would never do that. He's not a hard gangster, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he said William Avery Jr. in his statement states that behind Westgate Plaza,
Yeah.
that he didn't know his name, but the light-skinned, blue or green-eyed guy started stabbing her in the neck, and that's when he ran off.
Yeah.
That's what
Then
his
he also
claim
said he
was.
wasn't there. Then he also said, you know what I mean?
Originally,
Like,
but the actual statement that goes in court, the one that actually ends
Yeah.
up in court,
Is that Lenny
does
stabbed
not
him.
match. You know what I mean? Which he took a lie detector and failed too, right?
yeah.
William Avery Jr.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think they cared that he was lying. I think
No.
that was the point.
yeah, they don't care.
But let's go back to I want to get to the Dubin thing. Dubin's bringing this up because the only person that can act with the Ohio 4, which is my biggest point here, is Tony Cilio. But we see what Tony Cilio's doing now. Here's my weave in. I call him my little Trump weave. Here's my weave. Is we see what Tony Cilio's doing since he's been in office for the last year. Nada.
He didn't even write the
Pleaded
300
pedophiles. We'll say that. You know what I mean? That's the most that
What
he's
was it?
done to help the community.
Hashtag
Plea deals for pedophiles.
plea deals for pedophiles.
Yeah, plea deals for pedophiles, and then we also
Why do you say that? When I know?
because
been
there's
getting
there's
them all. You
quite
should see 'em.
a
We
large
watch 'em.
amount of
We watch 'em.
pedophiles.
I
We
watch
watch
'em.
them. A lot of pedophiles that have gotten plea deals that, and then
Most
other
of them,
people
all
are
of them,
getting
usually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, major reduced sentence.
Like,
right?
yeah, that
yeah.
bad, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
No
so-
big deal.
No big deal.
I think
but
the
then,
woman didn't even get charged. Wait, the woman that let the kid get molested or something, did she not even do jail time or nothing?
No, I don't think so.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah,
The guy
look it
did,
up.
but not the mother that let him.
Yeah, but this is my point. Is then we have.
You guys just sit and watch the court docs all day long.
No, I just watch Busted sometimes and I hit. I was like,
Oh, yeah, I'm addicted
people
to
bring it up.
Busted, I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie.
People bring it up. I'm like,
Amber,
Amber, did you see this one? I get people send them stuff to me.
Yeah.
I get that. I do
Yeah.
get that a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah,
So then I
people
go
sending
look.
stuff to me.
But then we have this 300 page trying to go after his political opponent again, J.D. Thompson, who they just
Which is crazy because he said he wasn't going to, and then immediately did.
yeah.
I mean, like,
a liar.
yeah, that's
He's a liar.
that's
We know
wild.
that. He's a
Yeah, he's a
liar.
liar.
Did I ever
What-
tell you
what
how
is
he
it?
spoke to
He's
my
a
mom?
little
at the
man.
Yeah,
college
you
thing?
told me. Yeah,
Do
that
you know
was
he spoke
horrible.
to me? He tried to get in my face when I told him like you're a fucking Democrat running as a Republican up at German's Villa. He tried to like press me. My husband was there, and he tried to like Tony tried to follow me and like yell at me, and my husband turned around. He's like, "Yeah, you're not doing that," and Tony was like, "Okay."
I like that. Like,
Well, he's like, "Stop following her, dude.
he knows.
She's walking
he knows
away
what
from
this
me
is.
for a reason."
At the college.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I fucking hate you.
No, but then he does this thing with Nancy, which we're going to talk about. So this is your win. Let's weave back into it. This was your win last night.
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed. You
I'll
guys can
say
talk
it.
about it.
Can I say it? I'll say it. She's not gonna say it. So I heard last night that the case is thrown out in common pleas court, the defraud case. So basically saying that Thompson was allowed to amend the sentence agreement to that exonerated Nancy Smith, and that Burge was involved in her case, which was a conflict, which wasn't, by the way. Legally, it's not a conflict. If Nancy Smith said Judge Burge, not Judge, but former Judge Burge could have, Chief of Staff of JD could have been involved in wipe his conflict, then there was no issue there with Judge Burge.
Well, I mean,
being
he was his
involved.
chief of staff.
Yeah,
I'm sure he
yeah,
was
whatever. Yeah,
somewhat
he does whatever.
involved.
Yeah, but
I
there
mean,
was no
that's just what it's
illegality
supposed to
there.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that also, acquitted Nancy.
I mean, it's
So-
just, yeah. Look at
And
it.
if you really to think, Nancy's not covered under double jeopardy. So,
What does that mean?
okay, so Nancy was first acquitted. Okay, then the Supreme Court came back and said, Judge Burge wasn't allowed to acquit you, and
He didn't have the
Judge-
jurisdiction, but,
Yeah, but
they weren't
Judge-
arguing the same shit. They weren't arguing that she wasn't innocent. They were just
No.
arguing he didn't have the jurisdiction.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off about that case is that it's never about whether or not a crime was done.
No.
It's always about some technicality bullshit
Yeah.
that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, Judge Burge is amazing because then I've grown to respect former Judge Burge very much so after reading a lot of his stuff. But when he came back and he told the Supreme Court to go after themselves pretty much and said, stay free to her.
Yeah.
Said, stay free. Well, then, we have Dennis Wills coming around saying 2 years later saying, well, we have to have some kind of sentencing agreement or we're going to send you back to prison. And the sentencing agreement alone was freaking shady. Because I want you to talk about this because your mom showed up, didn't she? And it was her attorney.
Well, they told her, Jack, Cilio, Will.
And you weren't allowed up there.
No. And they just talked to her about it. That's not when she signed it, but they were just talking.
This was
They
before
knew,
or
yeah.
after they knew that you recorded
After.
Sal Rivera. So
After.
of course they don't want Amber up there with their
I
mouth in
recorded
her phone.
everything.
You know what I mean?
I was recording them for sure. I recorded him when he came out to the car to get her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he told me I couldn't go.
Yeah. So then
I
you
was
had to do
recording, of course.
So then we did the sentence agreement. She has her sentence, okay? So acquittal, then the sentence agreement. Then JD comes and just refiles charges and just drops the charges. Nobody's ever said you're innocent. That's why she's still trapped. She might be free, but she's not free. If Tony's 300-page, this is where we come back to today, if this 300-page, defraud thing and the settlement agreement would be thrown out, Tony could then go back after to convict her.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
How insane is that? And how scary is that for Nancy?
That's very scary. That's ridiculous. I mean, and Joseph Allen also. And Joseph Allen also. I mean, I know we focus on Nancy, but Joseph Allen too. I mean.
Well, that's what I asked. I said, so whatever they're trying to do to my mom, doesn't that come back on him even when he didn't sue?
It could.
So he's like, yeah.
But he was never.
But they were tried together. You know what I mean? Like I don't know
how that works. But his sentence agreement wasn't thrown out. Your mom's was.
Well, he didn't have one. He didn't have one. They just sent him back. But that's my point.
Yeah. He then served the rest of his time.
They said they couldn't because he had to. Well, JD got him out
earlier
than he would have.
Yeah, JD got him out.
Right
he got out.
Thanksgiving or Christmas.
But did he
really
refile
cool.
charges like you did with your mom?
I mean, he had to. They had to have done exact same for each other.
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, it had to have been
because I focused on your mom with the sentence agreement because I wanted to see what that was about. Because once the judge.
Yeah, he didn't really have one. His was just. That
What's crazy about that is that Joseph Allen has no connection to the Head Start whatsoever.
No.
The only way they could put him there is to say your mom just like, she's like, you know what? I'm gonna take these kids over and let them get fucked by this fucking guy in the projects
during
over
the
here.
goddamn day on Broadway.
Yeah,
When fucking trees.
Like what the fuck? Like you think people aren't smarter than that?
Hit him with some needles, drug him up, and then send him home like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, get
yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
hell out of here.
See what
Like that's the
happens.
craziest story I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard such a crazy story like that. For
Even
that
up
to
to a
be
cokehead,
it's bizarre. That's absolutely insanity.
Absolutely. Then we're gonna believe the mom that's a cokehead that's getting charged with cocaine. On her story, kilos.
To the feds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're gonna
Tony
believe
Horn
we're gonna believe the drug
So it was
dealer.
14, right? So Tony Horn being 13. Yeah, 14 of them.
Jeez.
Yeah, but then she's on trial for,
Right.
coke. Then all of a sudden her daughter's molested.
And then the guy
her.
that represented Tony Horn is standing across from her, not doing his job. I'm not trying to attack him. I'm just saying we could have done better.
We could have
way
done
better, and we could do better today. We could do better today if he just went and told the truth, because he knows the truth too.
Yeah,
That's why
absolutely.
I just ask him to always do the right thing. Why can't he?
Well, that's the thing I think that we want out of this is we want to appeal to Cilio.
Yeah.
To essentially look at the Ohio 4, just to ask him to look at it again.
Like people should ask Joe Miller, question him. What did you do? Why?
I don't think anybody has to do any of this stuff. I think
so. I want to talk to
all
Joe.
we have to do is basically
tell him to do the right thing.
Well, just please. You had one piece of evidence. Rosenbaum had one piece of evidence, and that is a man that clearly was redacting his statement before he even had the first trial. The first trial was a mistrial right away, the first one. And, I mean, I get it. They say that because he was trying to get more money or maybe he was scared of his life. I don't know. Who knows what it was. But that's what their claim is.
Yeah.
But he's since then went to the FBI. He's went to Secret Service. He's done a formal statement And other than the fact, just do this, Tony Cilio, give him basically a guarantee that he's not going to prison and retry the case and see what happens. That's what I think. You don't have any evidence.
He can't retry anything he doesn't know how to do.
Well, there's no evidence to it. I mean, it doesn't matter, even if there was.
Tony, he's just that.
Well, and how about Ray Epps deserve? Floyd Epps deserve. I keep saying Ray. I swear I saw it on my brain. If Floyd Epps deserves his murder case to be solved too.
Absolutely, and so does Marsha Blakely.
Yeah,
I mean, Marsha Blakely does too.
Technically solved. You still have an unsolved murder right now.
You have 2 unsolved murders, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I'm saying technicality under
Tony,
what's
under their
open
watch.
right now. You still have an open murder with Floyd Epps.
Which is insane. Obviously, the same 2 people that lived together, murdered the same way, were definitely killed by the same person.
Coroner,
What is
not
it?
even the
So
police.
you're-
It took the freaking coroner to be like their throats were cut with the same kind of knife. Same
I
way,
heard too that there
same
was a
pattern.
blade actually next to one of the bodies, and they just ignored it. That never went into evidence.
Well,
I heard it rained that day and they lost a lot of evidence.
Well,
but
right.
No, I heard that there's a blade that's not even put into evidence
We have
whatsoever.
to ask Rich that because he had the camera.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And I mean, I've been going through I've been deep diving through shit.
Oh no, I went through that, but I don't remember seeing anything. But I remember them
By who?
saying it was a rain.
A body? Just by
By
one?
Marsha.
It was by
Marsha's?
Yeah,
I think it was by Marsha's body. Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the scene that they were claiming was destroyed by the rain and that day and this and that and other thing.
It rained that day.
Yeah, that day, and they didn't cover anything, and a lot of got washed away. I mean, you know how it is back there. It's all muddy.
Well, the
so funny,
sad
and then,
thing
like,
is
the
that
DNA
they
got
didn't
washed out
investigate
underwear
enough
and
that they
Yeah.
could have checked each car, because one of those cars, somebody's car has evidence on it, or
yeah, like,
did.
how do you get hit by a car and nobody?
There's
did
evidence
damage to the
somewhere. Yeah,
car?
there's definitely evidence somewhere on
Yeah.
one of those cars, and they clearly never found that car.
How do you give a pair of underwear, a clean pair of underwear that you said you washed, as evidence
As
for
evidence
DNA,
to
right, with a
cops.
stick? And then the teacher's on stand like, no, I changed her fucking underwear that day. She pissed her pants. You know, and they're like, oh, well, nope, different
Nope.
underwear. And here they are.
They're
I
clean
washed
there.
them, but here. And
Yeah.
then that was in the box of evidence. I
Yeah.
was like, what?
Oh, for your
Rivera
mom's
gave
case?
me the whole box. Yeah. Yeah, there was, yeah, you should have seen it. It was crazy.
These 2 cases, I feel like, would open the floodgates. Is why they don't want to reopen them. And I also think it destroys Rosenbaum's legacy that he feels is his legacy in this county, which
He
I
has
think they
no-
all think they have a good reputation, by
And
the
they
way.
don't.
Cilio and Rosenbaum. I want to be very clear to everybody. Everybody fucking hates you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anybody that's ever had to deal
Well,
with
I mean,
you
somebody liked him. They
fucking hates
voted
you.
for him. They voted him in, Cilio,
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
I mean, granted, he did run a scam campaign, I
yeah,
think.
he did.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
can't
vote
go into
JD
details
out
on
and
that.
like the, I mean, I
Little
think that
bitch
was
shit.
ridiculous.
Yeah, little bitch shit that you
Oh,
would
it's
expect
coming
from
back
a little
to him.
bitch.
Oh, it's coming
Little
back
bitch
to
shit
him.
that you expect from a little bitch.
It might take a little bit of time, Tony, but it's coming.
Little simp boy.
I know you said the feds haven't come in yet, but they're coming. So,
Do you want to describe simp to all the viewers? What's a simp?
come
Simp
on,
boy
you
is a
gotta do it.
bitch boy.
Yeah, he's a bitch boy.
I'm gonna put it in blatantly like, bitch boy.
Oh yeah, like his wife runs him.
His wife runs him?
No, I'm saying like a simp. Like your
Yeah.
wife runs you, women run you,
Yeah.
your ego runs you. You're a
Right.
little
Like a
bitch
simp
boy.
isn't like a simp like somebody who like follows somebody around and they're like in
Yeah,
love
he
with them and
follows,
like takes care
yeah,
of
he
them and
follows,
does
like,
whatever he
Rosenbaum
wants.
Yeah.
around. He's a simp. He's
Yeah.
like
He's a
Rosenbaum's
simp to
little
Rosenbaum?
little
Yeah.
boy, yeah.
I like that. He's a simp to Rosenbaum.
Yeah, he's Rosenbaum's little simp.
Well, how about Rosenbaum's
We're
doing Josh
probably not
Houston,
appealing
too?
to him
Yeah.
right now. I'm
All
just
of them.
saying.
I know. Well, no offense, a little shame. My mom says a little shame goes a long way. Like you should be a little ashamed of yourself the way that you've been acting over all these years,
Yeah.
and the way
Yeah.
that you've been conducting yourself in a professional manner and call yourself an attorney. You're disgracing the name.
I'll tell you who I haven't seen in my job anymore lately since, my beautiful podcast with you. Rosenbaum.
He hasn't
Is
been
that
in,
come
huh?
back in? Good.
No.
He shouldn't be coming weirdo.
No, he was coming in all the
Such a
time.
Weirdo.
With this little, he'd sit in his chair like this.
Yeah, what's that about? How did he end up in a wheelchair? Does anybody know?
His
Oh, his son shot him.
That's what I've heard.
He brings him to lunch with him too when he comes.
But when I
Pretty
Google
sad.
it, they don't give you answers on
No.
that. They don't tell you that. That's what happened. So that's what blowed my. That's why I
I
asked
heard
you
the
guys.
911 tape the other day. That was
You heard the 911
Wait,
tape?
where-
Yeah,
Heard it the other day.
You can look it up. Yeah,
It's on there? Okay, I gotta look it up.
And what's the 911 tape?
About him saying, like,
911 tape.
you could hear him bitching about how he shot him.
Why did
Shot
his
me
son
on
shoot
purpose.
him?
It was
Probably-
an accident.
Supposedly, it was an accident that he shot his dad, but
It was an
who knows?
accident. It was he says on the 911 call it was an accident.
But could you imagine?
But Rosenbaum blamed him. Rosenbaum on the 911 I
Yeah,
heard
no, he blamed him. He said, "You shot
did
me
it
on purpose."
And no offense, what have you done to your freaking
kid that he'd shoot you in the back.
Well, I mean,
On
you could have some
purpose.
badass kids. That just happens.
No.
Look what he's done to people.
I don't care. No.
No, I get it, but
Could
you
you
could still have
imagine
bad
that?
kids.
Could you imagine what he does to people in
You
court?
could
How
what he
old
does
was
to
the
people
kid at the
home?
time?
He was
Aaron was an adult, right?
Adult.
Yeah,
Oh, he was an adult?
yeah. That went away quick.
And no
too.
offense,
Imagine
why
that.
is you as a parent not like this is an accident your first go-to? If my kid shot me, I'd be like, oh, it's a total accident, like call 911.
did it on purpose?
No, the first thing Rosemont says is you did it
shot
on
me on
purpose.
purpose.
What the fuck did you do to that kid to make you think that kid?
Oh well, you should see how when he comes in with them at lunch. It's awful.
so
I
weird.
feel bad for Aaron. I really
I
feel
know,
bad
I do
for
too.
the kid.
Yeah,
The way he walks, like
Yeah.
you would think his dad would have some
enough respect
decency.
for
You
his
know,
son.
make him even just presentable to the public.
Yeah.
Instead,
Nah,
he
fuck
just lets
that.
him walk around like as if
That's-
it's funny to him.
It is. Fuck you.
You know?
You shot me, I'd fucking have you walking around like that too.
Yeah, what did Rosemont do to that fucking kid?
Yeah.
If my
Like,
kids
did
ever
she
shot me, they'd fucking be looking homeless all the time. I wouldn't care. I'm just saying, that's just me.
He should.
He has mental defects though
He
too.
should've-
I love my
because he
kids, but
shot
they better
himself
not fucking
after that.
shoot me.
I know.
He shot himself.
No, but he has
after that in the
mental
head.
What?
defects now.
He shot
yeah.
his. Nobody talks about
The
this. He
kid's
shot
not
his
right.
dad in the back, right, on accident, and then shot himself.
Yeah.
No,
in the head,
what?
And lived.
Yeah,
And now
lived.
his dad lets him.
And now
just,
he's mentally.
Yeah.
So it definitely was on purpose. Clearly.
Right. Why
Yeah,
would he shoot
what the
himself
fuck did
after?
Rosemont do to that kid?
Yeah.
Wow.
But nobody talks about that, huh? So we have this crime unit at the sheriff's department, and I just wonder what it's being
Public
used
corruption.
for. The public corruption.
The
unit.
public corruption.
Shouldn't that be used on like
No, that's to
this,
go after
the
the
Ohio
sheriff's
4?
political
Shouldn't that be like
opponents and Cilio's
to go
political
after
opponents.
Margie? Shouldn't that be after go
No.
after Dale Perzola?
No.
Well, why
that
do we have to
molested the
wait on
kids in
Lorain
Margie's?
County to bring up the Ohio 4? Why can't it go to
Because that is
federal?
the federal
state?
government won't rehear it unless there's new evidence, unless
Yeah.
it's procedure. The
Yeah.
case has to be reopened by the county. This is the only person.
And the affidavit's not considered new evidence?
No, not to them.
So what about Alfred? Didn't they already conclude that Alfred Cleveland didn't him in state court prove that he wasn't in Cleveland at the time?
Yeah.
He already
Doesn't
proved that,
matter.
and they accepted that in court, right?
Yeah.
So how do they not? How does that not new evidence if they've already
Court
accepted
doesn't have
that?
jurisdiction here. The only the way government works, people think it's like federal, state, and local.
That's the way it
Flip
should
that
be.
up. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Not the way our Constitution's written. It is local, state, and then federal. So the power here is the local.
So the local has to push it
Why
to
do you
state
think Burke
first.
just tell the Supreme Court to fuck off in Nancy's case? Because local control. Home rule. Have you heard home rule? Home rule?
Yeah.
It's local control. That's how our government is established. I mean, that's what I told a rep the other day about the EPA thing. I said, I don't care what the federal government says. But we have the state. You know what I mean? Federal government can't tell the state what to do. The state can't tell the counties what to do.
Okay.
That's how it works. That's how our Constitution
And maybe
was
is the
set
way it
up.
should work, honestly,
It
if I'm
is.
thinking
It
about
is.
it. It really is the way it should work.
It is, but people are.
But we gotta
are
have truthful
taught,
people in our
Yeah.
in our cities.
But
like,
they don't. The other courts don't have jurisdiction to act here.
Well, the problem is it's like now it's like since the 90s or whatever, you've had these people that are kind of in power. They're like
30
connected,
years.
at least
People that run
connected.
30
and
years,
stuff,
same
yeah.
people.
Yeah, they're
Prosecutor's office,
connected, and they
30
don't
Maybe
want
Will
to.
Cilio.
And as
Maybe
soon
Will
as there
Cilio.
weren't in power, those new people were looking into it, going, "This isn't
Yeah.
right." Both of these
The
cases.
one, GD broke up the boys club, bro. Why do you think they went after him? He broke
'Cause
up
he's
a
not a
30
simp.
year. Well, and he's a defense attorney. My whole thing is people
They
think
should
like
have
GD
to
was
be a defense
prosecutor.
attorney before
You
they
should
become a
have to be a
prosecutor.
defense attorney before you are a fucking prosecutor.
which I want to try to write a bill up for that, which I guess I can. I can.
Yeah.
I
I'll
think
help
that
you
they
push
should
that.
be at least
I
3
would help
years
you
or
push
Well,
that.
something.
what's crazy to me was like the case with the girl that got shot, the Ukrainian woman,
Yeah.
and the guy that shot her. Did you see that? That the judge that let him off doesn't even have a law degree.
Oh yeah, I heard
The
that.
judge,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
judge, you can be a
100%
judge
accurate.
in some states
And
without a
not
law
have a
degree.
law degree.
Because he was elected.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, no law degree. That's crazy
That's
to me.
crazy.
I don't know if that's the case in Ohio, but that's crazy. That's
insane.
Think
Yeah.
about it, they run in an election. Who said during? I wonder if in Ohio you can run for a judge without a.
Why are you running for judge now?
Fuck no, I'm not running for public office. I can't run for.
We need a new sheriff in town too. And what do you got to do to be a sheriff? I got a few ideas.
I don't know. You
Not
got to go be a
You gotta be a
police, don't
cop.
you?
Do you have to be a cop though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to be a cop.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. If you
take
don't
my
have
word-
to be
yeah,
a judge, what the hell's the difference?
What kind of cop was Jack Hall? I thought he was a rent-a-cop. Was
Oh,
he
he was
not?
in Avon Lake. He's very Jack Hall's very well known around
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Well, I just wondered. I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan, but yeah.
He was an
I thought
Avon
he was
Lake
a
police
rent-a-cop
officer?
or
Oh yeah,
something.
for a long time.
Or a hospital cop.
Yeah,
or something.
Jack called us to tell me at an event. Actually, I'm going to share this story because the story was pretty good. And he shared an event. He's like, "Oh, I know about you." And I'm like, "Oh, you know about me?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Avon Lake." I'm like, "I know you're Avon Lake cop." He's like, "Yeah, I know." And really, he knows my husband. My husband wasn't the most legal person or something like that. He's like, "Yeah, I know what you always do."
Wait, your husband's a criminal?
No, back when we all did our
Kid
fun
stuff.
stuff. We were kids. We were in our 20s. You know what I mean? Doing whatever the hell we were doing. My husband is a metallurgist now. He does not do that. And so, anyways, but
So you married a criminal?
back when 20 years ago, yeah. Anyways, 20 years ago, he's not, and he's a
so
great guy.
great.
He's a good
He's
dad.
actually
He's
really
not a
good.
criminal now.
So
But Jack's
funny.
like, I remember you and I know you and your husband and on. I looked at Jack and I said, no, you don't. I said, you knew 18, 19-year-old me that liked to party. You know what I mean? That was doing a bunch of, and I'll say what I did then, but you know what I mean? I was doing a bunch of this, Jack. I'm like, you don't know me. I'm like, you knew 20 years ago me. I don't know what he was trying to like get off by saying that. I'm like, you knew Chris. Yeah, Chris was a bad guy back then. People change. People grow up. He was 20 some odd years old trying to make money. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
And now you should see.
I'm like, but do you still
How he
think
takes
that
care
we're
of
the
his
same
kids.
people we were 20 years ago, Jack? But it told me a lot about Jack. Like,
Yeah.
when he said that to me, I was like, well, fuck you. I was like, I'll be honest. I said, I just like to do cocaine and party when I was 19. You know what I mean?
But in all
Like,
fairness, in 20 years, so you say 20 years, but if you know somebody 20 years ago and that's what they're doing, your opinion is not going to change a lot in 20 years. 20 years goes by fast.
yeah, but you change a lot in 20 years.
You do, but your opinion doesn't. That's why people have to be careful
so
what they
Actually,
do
my
when they're
opinions
young.
have changed drastically. I
It's
feel like.
so my views on people from 20 years ago changed drastically. It's like
Absolutely.
cops.
I don't disagree with you.
You
I'm
go
just
up
saying
to
that's why you have
somebody
to be
like, "I know
careful
who
when you're
you
young.
are." Well, that's like, I know who you are. I'm fuck when you're young. I had fun. I'd do it again. It was fun. I learned a lot. Learned a lot. I have the skills I have now to read people because of back then.
Right.
You know what I mean? I survived, Lorain because of back then. Like, we had a lot of fun. I don't really care.
Think
But
about
that
that,
was 20 fucking
surviving
years
Lorain.
ago.
Surviving Lorain.
That to be the book title. Yeah, Surviving Lorain.
Surviving Lorain.
Yeah, Surviving Lorain.
Lorain was nice when I was young.
Yeah, it was nice when I was young too. and
It's
it
still
wasn't.
nice. Okay, this is the one thing I will say about people that lived in Lorain for a significant amount of time. I lived there for almost 16 years altogether, okay? You might not like that these times. I love this city. You know what I mean? I love Lorain. Like, it is just something different about the people, something different about the whole aesthetics of Lorain, the melting pot of Lorain.
I hate it.
I loved Lorain. Loved it. Loved it.
I was the
and
same
hate
way.
it.
I was the same way. My first wife was from Avon.
Yeah.
And I convinced her to buy our first house in Lorain, and she was freaking out. She did not want
Yeah,
nothing
my
to do
kids
with it.
went to school at AK. We went to AK. We got my daughter moved out after she went to Longfellow for 2 years. Moved to Vermilion, but my kids grew up in Lorain.
It was a
and
great
they're
place
so
to grow up
cultured.
then, but-
I'll tell you this: my kids can go to any environment and be comfortable. They are so cultured. Have such a good grasp on life. You know what I mean? And other people and how to deal with people because of where they went to school, Lorain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because they grew up as a minority as well, so they also know that feeling and that and they can adapt to any environment. I would recommend it to anybody. They love their child. They hate Vermilion. They moved to Vermilion. They want to go back to Lorain. We're like, we moved to Vermilion because the better.
Well, Lorraine's
school.
like Vermilion's like a lights out town. You know what I mean? Like that's like they still have the siren
No,
going
they
off,
stopped
and you
it.
wonder.
No,
if
they
it,
stopped it.
Then
Here.
they-
I was so mad. It was my 6 o'clock drink time. I'm doing yard work and you hear the siren. I didn't look at it like a racist. I looked at it like it's time for a drink. 6 o'clock. Put your shit
I didn't
down.
know that. I
You
have
know what
a boat in
mean?
Vermilion, and when that started going off, people started telling me that's what it was. I'm like, get out of there. They go, I'm telling you, that's what everybody says.
That's what everybody says, but I used it as like a time to have a beer, like time for a beer. I get to put my shit down at 6 o'clock,
Right.
you know. So
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's a. I know in Lorain when we were growing up, we were always nervous to go to either Vermilion or Amherst. Like we felt like the police would see then your license plate that you weren't from that area, and you would go to jail.
Right.
So we would just stay clear of
That's
it.
what my friend PJ says to me. He said, "Do you see the color of my skin, Katey?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I ain't never going across Baumhart."
Right.
I'm
I
like,
don't
"You'll
blame
be
him.
fine. You're with me." He's like, "Nah." See, I play basketball over there. I don't know. You know what I mean? He came one time. He's been to my house one time in 5 years. So I'm in a Vermilion.
Hell,
But-
I was nervous
funny.
leaving after. I was like, I'm not going back to Vermilion after that day, but then that was fine.
Oh, the sheriffs.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I have a sheriff live across the street from me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's one of the sheriffs. It's awesome. And after one of my episodes, I had a couple of them pull up. I've never in my life seen this in 4 years I lived there. I had the sheriff's cars facing my big window. And I just go outside and fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm not moving.
You harass them all, huh?
No, I don't harass them, but if you're gonna try to like act hard towards me, I'm gonna be like, fuck you to you. I don't care about you, guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing anything illegal.
You know what's weird is I used to take home Nelson. He brought up to me one time.
What do you mean by take home?
I would take home after work. Sorry. I would drop
Take
him
who
off.
home afterwards?
That's not what that
Neighbors,
sounded
that's not
like.
what-
I'm
I
just saying.
definitely do
That
not
is
like
not what it
Nelson like
sounded
that.
like.
Not home and
I'm like,
I mean,
you
I
and
love you, Nelson, if
Nelson.
you're watching, but I don't love you like that. I used to drive Nelson home from work. He was a cook, so I used to drop him off at home after work, at his home. And the one time he called me out on it, he goes, Amber, are you all right? Like, every time you see a cop when I'm driving, I'd even tell him, like, don't move, don't fucking, you know?
It's because you're high.
No, I mean, I don't smoke weed in the car.
No,
No.
no,
Just because I never
never.
want them to pull me over. Now when I see them, I'm like, don't speed, but a little bit.
But a little bit. I don't.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Just a little
Like, it's just
bit,
weird
just a
how
little
it's
bit.
like, I don't know.
You
I
were
used to,
like that for
freak out.
years, huh?
Stop
Yeah.
caring if you're not doing
No, I
anything
don't now.
illegal. You
That's
know
what I'm
I
saying.
mean?
I don't. And I go,
people
what
like,
can they
aren't
ever
you
do to
worried
me?
about
Well, it's
cops?
it's
I can never
scary
do
when you
anything.
start watching these episodes or these things that we're talking about with these wrongful convictions.
Oh yeah, it's scary.
It's very scary.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like you can be at home by yourself. You have no alibi.
Mm-hmm.
And something went on and they just come after you. And you have no alibi because you were at home by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's a little different now because now they have phone
Data.
records and data
Yeah,
and
they
there's
know what
ring
you're
cameras
doing.
everywhere. DNA evidence. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot better today than it was,
Pull you
know,
over, put something in your car.
But at the
30
same
years
time,
ago?
if you're not doing anything illegal, FAFO. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys really want to fuck with me, try to. Good luck.
Yeah.
I don't do anything.
I've always
so-
believed that they don't put stuff in your car. I've always
What?
believed that. I've always believed
Okay,
that.
well, I have a couple of friends that you need to have a conversation with, and yeah, like that.
I mean, that's just my experience. I mean, I never got pulled over and they tried to throw something in my car. You know
I
what
have
I
a
mean?
couple
Probably didn't
people
have a
you need to have a
reason.
conversation with. That
Yeah, they probably had no
because that
reason to do it,
absolutely
too.
happened.
I mean, I was pretty bad when I was young. So, like, probably 91 in that time frame. I went to jail about 12 times a year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 90. Well, I take that back. So Lexa was born in 94. So 94, I went to jail like 12 times for stupid shit, fighting, all kinds of stuff. Never did they do anything wrong, like crazy to me. Everything I did. That was
These
just
are
a.
usually like drug dealers or, you know.
Well, no, if you're
Well,
a
not
certain, no
even
offense, in this
certain
county, if you're a
crowd.
certain drug dealer, you're not getting in trouble. Believe me,
Right.
I can name a few names that we're not going to do it here. But you know
Right.
what I mean? That it should have probably been in prison and, you know, had a specific last name, and
That was that, huh?
that was that. But I also have a few friends that shit was thrown in their car.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I never.
Like,
They never threw nothing in my car. Every time they pulled me
Yeah.
over, they just pulled me over.
I know someone.
My friend,
personally
I'll
close
say
to
one
me
of my
that-
friend Lindsay being one of them. You know what I mean? So leaving the Amherst Hotel and yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Lorain
just
cop,
threw
he
something in
knows-
her car?
he knows who he
Yeah,
was
she
and-
took it because she's a dumbass. You know what I mean? And didn't know that you didn't have to plea when you go in front of the judge the next day. You know what I mean? She's an idiot. I'm like, what do you mean you pled? She's like, I pled guilty. I was guilty. I'm like, how are you guilty if you didn't, it wasn't yours? She's like, I don't know. What did I do? Like, she's probably low IQ. So it's just like, you know.
Or she's not street smart.
No,
Boy,
she is
I
street
hope-
smart. She's just Lindsay.
I hope she doesn't
just
go on a
don't know.
podcast talking about me like that.
I don't care. I'll say it too, Lindsay. She's on the spectrum for sure. Like, for sure. For
It's okay,
sure.
Lindsay. I'm on it too.
If I won't say something about somebody unless I'll say it to their face. You know what I mean? And I've told Lindsay a lot of times, you're not the brightest crayon in the box.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'd be like black. Like,
Pink.
pink.
Yeah.
And like
You'd be
doll
pink.
peach. You know what
Yeah, I
mean?
definitely never believe that happens too much. But I do believe that
I
you
hope
do
so.
get
No, not mine.
overzealous.
Not
I do
mine.
believe you get overzealous prosecutors that get it in their head and stop looking elsewhere. Or, like, I don't understand how everybody wasn't investigated in Ohio and every car checked for something in there.
Yeah.
There had to have been something on a
Was
car
physical
somewhere.
evidence,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it
physical
had to
evidence.
have been. I mean, that's just crazy.
Well, even Chris Cook said that in his, dissertation when he wanted to get the sentence agreement amended. Chris Cook wrote out like a 25-page thing about the new evidence bringing
Yeah.
out to light, about old evidence, not having physical evidence, about the liar. And he also said, and I think this is really important. Chris Cook also said, as a prosecutor, it's not just your job to protect the state of Ohio, the state. It is your job to pursue
Protect people.
justice.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely, and I agree with you. When there's the only thing you have is one, and it's that simple. Cilio has to look at it that way. The only evidence you have has recanted his statement from the beginning. Started in the beginning, recanting it from the beginning. If that's not enough for you to say, okay, we do need to reopen this and prove this because it's not right, and there's no other evidence that you have. There's no physical evidence for anybody
Just like
on
when
these
Joseph
cases.
in '85,
But what-
there was no physical or DNA in that thing either.
Yeah, and we're not even saying
Well,
do what
then
we
his,
did with Nancy
nothing.
Smith's case, is reopen it, and then do what JD did. JD knew she was innocent because of his investigation. He dismissed the charges. Retry him.
Yeah, retry. I mean, you don't have anything to try him with, though. I mean, once
That's the
you take
problem.
you take that one statement out, that one statement from Avery
That's what the
Jr.,
jury
What do you have
says.
who has recanted it,
Right.
Yeah.
What do you
has
have left?
signed the affidavit, which I don't understand where that even matters at this point, because they're saying, oh, well, he gets 30 years if he. Well, he's already signed the
He
affidavit.
admitted it, and nobody gets charged around here with perjury.
But I mean,
Nobody.
he
Come
signed it
on.
already.
We got hung perjury.
We got all
stuff, we got
kinds
silly
of-
But he
perjury
was
stuff,
actually
nobody-
arrested and put in
Margie,
jail
yeah.
in '91.
Yeah.
In December of '91, he was arrested and put in
Until
jail.
he decided to
To tell the
To
story,
tell
yeah,
the story they wanted him to
yep,
tell.
absolutely. And I also seen where he said that they actually were asking him questions like, "Did this happen or that happen?" But they had pictures of the crime scene in front of him for him to decide what to say.
Yeah.
Like literally put him in front of him and let him,
Yeah.
describe basically the photos.
Could you imagine if Cilio did the right thing in that case, though? Look at all the people it would affect all of his friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All of them.
all of them.
the same people.
All
in
of
their moms.
them.
But I don't agree with that because I don't think it affects anybody in the Ohio 4
Why?
case.
They'll get sued.
Oh, they'll get
probably.
sued.
They
lose their
shouldn't
immunity.
because at that point, William Avery Jr. was a witness that said this happened. That's not on them at that point.
No,
But there's a
what's
lot of
on them
other
is that
things.
Rosenbaum knew.
It doesn't matter. You
Rosenbaum
can't
has
prove
no
what
immunity
Rosenbaum knew in his head.
protections.
You can't prove what he knows
No, I
in
know
his
what
head.
the FBI told him. I know what the Secret Service told him.
I understand that,
So
but
he
you
knew.
but you don't
I know what the judge said to the witness. I know what.
But you don't know
Rosenbaum
that in
said a phone
92
call in jail when the witness.
You
was
don't know in
jail.
'92 when these court cases happened that Rosenbaum knew that.
He
You can't.
absolutely did. The court case was going on. He put the kid in jail until he said, and he said, "Well, no one's talking to you." It's not even that he just put the kid in jail. They contacted him.
Well,
while
I
he
mean,
was
at
in
that
jail,
point, he
said,
should have went to
No
jail.
one's messing with you anymore until you decide to tell the truth. That's when Resendez came back in and questioned him again after he said, "You see, how
But
you're,
you
like,
don't
being
know that
ignored,
you
like-
don't know that Rosenbaum doesn't think that's the truth is that they are the guilty ones at that time.
How about this? Rosenbaum's gonna get sued.
But
If
not for
Ohio-
this one,
if
not for the Ohio
absolutely
4.
Will.
No.
Absolutely. I'll put money on it.
No, well, he'll lose. Whoever
I don't
sues
think
him
he
will lose.
Rosenbaum has no immunity. He was never a prosecutor.
I get that, but he didn't do anything wrong in
He
that
absolutely
case.
did a lot wrong in this case.
He didn't do
Absolutely.
anything. He was given a witness that stated this is what happened.
And
Period.
the
That's
buck
it. And that's
stopped
what he
with
did.
Okay, and he knew the witness was a bad witness. The buck stops with the prosecutor, not the
He knew
investigators.
Margie was a bad witness. They
He
all
knew he
she
was a bad
sold-
witness. He knew that he recanted his
Kilos to the
statement.
feds and
As a
still lied.
prosecutor, he wasn't supposed to be going forward, but instead he said
He
you
knew
need to
when
adopt
Jack
the
Bradley's
system.
ass was standing in that
Yeah.
courtroom that he shouldn't have been representing my mom because
Yeah.
Alan was sitting there and Margie Grundy.
Yeah, he knew.
So Rosenbaum knows
He
everything.
knows.
You're talking Nancy Smith. That's
But
different. I'm saying Ohio 4.
He
Knew all about it, but
And
he
the
was
buck
having a
stopped with
witness
him.
statement that,
Doesn't matter.
but he
Buck
has a
stopped
witness
with him.
statement that that's what had happened.
It doesn't matter. He knew that the witness recanted. The buck stops with the prosecutor, not the investigators who give him the witness. the buck stops with William Avery recanted.
Yeah,
And
but that
instead of
doesn't matter.
saying-
That doesn't matter because you're going by the fact that he recanted,
And then you threw him in jail.
I get that, but
Well,
that's
then
because
Rosenbaum
he.
heard that Al was in New York, and
Yeah.
that wasn't possible.
He had
and all these
evidence
things.
otherwise.
You know what
That he
I mean?
knew
He
that
had
John
evidence
was in
that-
New
yeah.
York. He knew that Gina girl that John talked to, that there were phone
And like you
records
said, there was no DNA. There's nothing.
There's
So once
nothing.
you take him out of the
Right,
equation,
once you take
Rosenbaum
out
had
of him, but I
nothing.
still
And
agree.
the
But I
buck
still,
stopped
at that
Rosenbaum.
point, when you look at it from a legal standard, and when you look at his second statement after he went to jail, and you look at his second statement, he recants some of his statement, but he says this is absolutely true. I'm not telling any lies. This is absolutely true.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Rosenbaum
if
is.
it was Rosenbaum or any of their family, they wouldn't have let DNA get fucking washed away. They wouldn't have let all the. No, they would have.
I don't disagree.
They're
I don't
pieces of
disagree.
shit.
But what I'm saying is, in court, Rosenbaum's clear.
No.
In Ohio
I
4
don't
he
believe
is.
he is. No.
Yeah, he 100%
No, I
is.
absolutely don't believe that.
Because you have to prove that he knew or felt a certain way about
based
something.
on what he says in court.
No,
And you'll read the depositions.
I have read them all.
Read
I've read them all, and
because
he's
he
not
says
ever
in
saying
court.
he's not ever saying that he believes that this isn't the case. He believes wholeheartedly in everything he states in court and every
Just like he
interview
wholeheartedly
that he
thought.
believed it.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
think Rosemont has some issues here. So
Not on the Ohio 4.
I think he does.
I think he's clean on the Ohio
But
4.
I think
he
that
is.
the other people will, and that's another problem. So.
But
No,
they
I'm
might
also
go
not an
after him. I'm not
attorney.
saying he won't go after
no,
him.
I'm not an attorney. Also, nor are you.
Right.
And
one that's-
we're not going to sit here and play Tia Hill.
Right,
and
right,
make
right,
a
right,
train.
right.
So we're not attorneys. We can say all day that's what we think. That's what we think. But honestly, looking at a lot of cases like this, I think at the end of the day, the prosecutor's response is the last one that's responsible to make sure.
But
the
they can't be.
witnesses
But
are
a
good.
prosecutor can't be
That-
held responsible for
using a drug-addicted
witness that
witness? Yeah,
that
they
lied about the incident. That they can't be
now
held
they have
responsible.
all the new
Knows that it's
stuff.
a
Why is
lie.
he fighting?
I mean,
them
that's
now?
not fair to a
No.
prosecutor that somebody comes in and lies to him
But
and he
after
goes to
knew
jail.
it was a lie, he didn't act on it. He didn't do anything to correct course. He did nothing.
Well, when do you
He
prove
actually
that he
used him
knows
again.
it's a lie?
He used him again in appeals.
But-
after the FBI comes to you, after the Secret Service comes to you, and then you have appeals after that, and then during the appeals after that, you still use William Avery?
Well, you could argue in 2006 and 2008, but was Rosenbaum in charge at that point?
Yeah, he was still around.
Was he still the prosecutor at that time?
attorney. Yeah, he was
In
still the
2006 and 8?
2006 and 8, he was still the prosecutor.
no, he got
attorney,
fired in
wasn't he?
2000.
Yeah, I think that was Will Smith.
It's Dennis Will.
Well,
Yeah, or
then him
Dennis
too.
Will,
He
that's
was-
what I
Yeah,
mean.
oh,
Dennis
Dennis
Will.
Will's the same.
And they're
all
the same
one.
person.
But I understand that.
Yeah.
But at that point, you're talking Dennis Will, not Rosenbaum.
Rosenbaum,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, Rosenbaum.
Dennis
if you
Will
look
get
at this
trouble, too.
case, Rosenbaum is going by
That
a
would be nice
witness.
for Dennis Will to finally get
Yeah,
some shit
I think
too.
Rosenbaum has culpability here, though. Maybe not legally, but we're all, like I said,
No,
we're
I'm not
all
saying he
attorneys,
did a
so
good job. I'm
gonna
not
sit here
saying
and play
that.
fake
I'm not
attorney.
saying that at all. But I'm
Yeah.
saying that it wouldn't be fair to a prosecutor to get at somebody come in and tell you that something happened, and then you get in trouble for
You
it.
know what I think you should get in trouble for, though? You knew this case had no physical evidence. You knew this case was based on a witness from a crack addict who was abused by his dad, whose dad was a CI. He was a CI. No offense, he shouldn't have prosecuted the case to begin with.
Did
That's
we
where
know
his
he was abused
culpableness-
back then too?
Yeah.
You knew that back then? I
Yeah.
know that he said that in his deposition in 2006.
Oh, no.
But I didn't hear
Well,
it
said
before
that.
that.
He was a
Yeah.
informant by the FBI.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
in the
talking
beginning.
about what that he
No,
was
by
abused
Lorain
by his
police. He was
dad.
Yeah,
informed by
Lorain
Lorain police.
No, that I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking
Lorain
about the
police
abusal.
absolutely
I'm talking
knew
about the abuse
situation
from his
there.
dad.
The Lorain police absolutely knew the situation there. There's no way you're getting around that situation there, especially with what Avery said some of the police officers were doing with his dad. So,
What was he doing with their dad? What were they doing?
well, I'm not getting into that publicly, but we're gonna, because I don't like going after cops, because
Oh, no, I just
gang,
wondered.
you know what I mean? But
I don't know. Some of them are good ones, I think, on Lorain.
some of them
I've
are
had a
absolutely.
lot
Oh
of
yeah,
good
I know a
ones.
couple of them
Honestly,
that
I
helped
can't
me.
believe I say it now because I was
Yeah.
like so.
There was so many cops when I was a
didn't
kid
want
that I
cops on
felt
my
were
radar.
good.
Why is
Well,
I
that's
mean,
like
cops were
Aaron
fine until
Bober.
they took my mom to fucking prison and then harassed the fuck out of me after I
Well, that was like
tape
Aaron
recorded the
Bober
chief,
that
but-
just passed away. He was the
Poor
only. He
Aaron.
was one of the main cops that reached out to me about JD and
Aaron
helped me with
is-
the JD
yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
You know,
Who's that? Sheffield? You're
Aaron
talking about
Bober. Yeah, he
Bobber?
was a
Yeah,
good
Bobber
guy.
was a real
Bobber
good
was a
dude.
good guy.
Yeah, he was a real good dude.
Good guy.
Yeah.
and his
Me and him
wife were
talked on
amazing.
numerous occasions.
Yeah, and he's arrested me like twice, so just for ticket stuff. But like he's arrested me twice, and he's like,
What did he
after
arrest
that-
you for?
I didn't know he did. He knew he did. I didn't know who he was. Just tickets, just unpaid stupid shit. And then I got a mouth. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like the tickets plus the mouth.
God, I remember
Like,
that. Lorain comes all the time. Boy.
so There was a couple times. I never been charged with anything, so we're good. You know
I
what
heard
I
the
mean?
one time they were.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that Tony Cilio can safely, I feel like, run this case with the protection of Rosenbaum. I don't think Rosenbaum is okay. I think he's safe on this one.
Or have them sign an agreement like you did Nancy Smith. Just don't put one that they can amend it now that they can steal it. You know what I mean? Like,
What is that? What are you talking about?
I'm saying we're doing an agreement that they can be released or something or exonerated, but they can't come back and sue the state like they tried to do with Nancy. But just this time, don't put allowed to amend this.
Well, I think they should be allowed to
contract.
sue the state. I think, I don't know, but
No, it'd be the county. The county's the one responsible.
but that
for
and
local
even
control.
that
Back to
again, that's the
local
same
control.
thing. That's the same thing. Like,
state
does
does
that
it like
come
a
down on
million.
them or does that come down on?
It comes on the county.
On Avery.
No, it comes on the county.
Because Avery's the one who lied.
The county's the one that
Avery
prosecuted it.
William
County's the one that
Avery
prosecuted
Jr.
it.
should go to prison.
He should for perjury.
He
but
should.
The problem is lately in this state especially, we're not convicting people of perjury. We're just not doing it. I mean, no one's really doing it. And that's half the problem. But at the end of the day, the culpability of pressing these charges, using Avery as witness, using whatever he did in his court case, and the one who prosecuted him was Rosenbaum.
Right.
That's
right.
who the responsibility
On
comes
false
down to.
testimony.
On
That's
false-
why he should go to
knowing-
prison.
Knowing false testimony.
Yeah, he should go to prison.
He should.
They should all. Margie should. All of them.
All of them.
Yeah. Anybody with false testimony should go to. I mean, if you've affected.
Rosenbaum should go under. The
Now, if you
prison.
said you saw
Cilio should
somebody
go
stole
under the
something and they
prison.
went to jail for 3 days, I don't think you should go to prison. But if you do it and they went to prison for 28 years
Yeah,
or 30
you should be
years,
buried under the jail. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you should. There should be some sort of repercussion.
You
I
should
mean,
do
it
as
shouldn't
much
be
time
just.
as they did.
Yeah, at least minimum. I would
That's
think.
120 years.
Now,
brought out. in
that's
the
all of
street,
them at the same
stoned,
time.
Whatever.
That's all of you take all their time. It's 120 years.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even need the government. If
Which
we
I think
just
it's
governed
weird that
ourselves
they
and,
sentence you
when
that
they do
long.
that, you just take about time.
Isn't that how
Fast.
America was founded?
Yeah.
Have y'all ever wondered, like, when they give, like, 100-year sentences, is it like I'm going to come back in this life and I'm still going to be in jail? Or, like, is it, like, not washed away after I die?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
is God going to be like, go, this prosecute for 100 years. You got 75 left. Like, I don't really
I mean, if you go to
understand
prison
that.
for 100 years,
Just, like,
you probably deserve to go to hell anyway, right? I mean,
that's very much
I mean,
true.
if you
don't
unless it
understand
was a
why they do
wrongful
that. Is that why
conviction.
they do it? Like, so they make sure when you
Well,
die,
no,
you're
because
going,
my
Well,
mom
because
had,
I think
my
when
mom
you
had
get-
30 to 90.
Because I think when you get I think
about
that the point is that you get that 100 years because I forget what it is, but there's
if
a
you
point
come
where
back,
you're
going to get fucked
no.
again.
It's there's a point where you can qualify for parole.
Okay.
So you get like so if you get like 100 years and you can parole in 25 maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or what? I'm making up numbers. I don't know the numbers.
Now, Shaquille's
But I think
up for
that's the
parole
reason.
This year.
Is he?
Yeah, he'll be up, but they're not.
But the
Where's
problem
this
is
at?
most of the time, unless you admit to what you did and say you're sorry, they don't
Yeah.
give you parole.
Yeah,
My
but you
mom
know
one
what?
time told them.
Nancy
My mom told
wouldn't.
them one time when they were like, she went up for one, and she said, "You can just give me my paperwork back."
Yeah,
I'm
Nancy
done.
refused. So did Al.
Yeah.
So did Lenny.
They're like, even if it means you coming home.
Yeah.
She said, "Just give me my papers."
Yeah, because that's what happens. Because
won't
they
say
want
that.
you to admit
Yeah.
that you did something wrong.
Even when Burge went there and begged them not to, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't agree with these same people that sit on this shit over and over. And
No,
over
I
and
don't
over.
think they should.
With
should
the
have
with
to-
the parole board, you mean?
The parole board,
Yeah.
the 9th district, all of it.
Yeah, they're all.
But the
tied.
problem with the parole board, this is the big problem with the parole board. When they see a case, I don't think that it's on them. The courtroom decided and made a decision.
No, but then they have to go back over everything you're presenting them.
Yeah, but they're not
The
they're not
evidence.
redoing
They're not
the
doing
case.
that.
They're not
they're not
redoing
going
the
to.
case.
No.
They're not redoing the case. They're not there to find out whether you're guilty or not guilty of the crime.
But even if there's enough doubt, let them the fuck out.
Yeah, without saying.
you
yeah,
have
see, I don't
this
think that the
much-
parole I don't
Yeah,
think the
because they
parole
come and
board
meet
I
you
don't
and
think
they
that
see
burden
criminal
comes
after
on them.
No, it
criminal after
doesn't.
Criminal.
Yeah, that burden doesn't come on them.
It's just fucked up.
They have to go in with the assumption of guilt because that's
Right.
what the courts have given them. Now their point is he recovered? Is he, made amends?
Well, then who are they to ask you to say, well, if you say you're guilty, we'll let you out today? Who the fuck are they to do that?
Yeah.
Out of here. You shouldn't have a job.
No,
Yeah.
but your mom.
You shouldn't have a job.
But your mom.
I don't
Al
disagree with
Cleveland,
that.
Lenny, all of them were paroled without admitting guilt.
Yes. Yes.
So it does happen.
It does, but I mean that's a lot of times that's what they just go by,
for
and they
your
just go
mom.
to yeah.
Good for Al Cleveland. Good for all of them. And I know John, I know Shaquem won't.
Well,
say he's
Al
guilty.
Cleveland was specifically like before the parole board, he had already proven that he was in New York. I think. I think
so
that they
was John
accepted it in court already that he
Put
was
him
in
in prison
Cleveland.
for it.
They accepted it already in court, like in the I think in the state court, if I remember right, or federal court, something to that effect. They accepted that.
I think you're talking about the appeals, but then was then denied. You know what I mean? Later, it was
The appeal was, but they accepted the fact that he was in New York. Yes, that was absolutely accepted.
Him.
And he's still
Well,
right?
Yeah.
I think that
He's
the
on
problem with
parole.
I was in New
because
York when I was
Alfred
still in
Cleveland was never actually convicted of stabbing anybody or hurting anyone. He was the mastermind behind it. You could do that in New York, so that doesn't
No,
change
that was
anything for him.
That's John Edwards. They were trying to portray that as. That was not Al Cleveland.
No, the one that
Because
picked up.
John Edwards was a part of a ring, and Rosenbaum trying to bring up those RICO charges and that drug ring that John Edwards was a part of into the.
No.
into the case.
William Avery when he said Alfred Cleveland picked
Yeah.
him up, and Alfred Cleveland was the one directing everything. That's what it's in the statement, and
Okay.
that's all on the.
No,
the,
I know
the,
that's what Avery said. What I'm saying is when they were in court, Rosenbaum tried to say John Edwards was the manager.
Right, maybe, but
Because of his affiliations with this drug ring
Yeah.
that he was a part of.
Yeah, there was
Big
supposedly
kid.
a New York ring and a Detroit ring,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah.
was both
And John was a part of
operating
that. John
around here.
admits he was a part of that. He said now Rosenbaum said that he was the shot caller, and that's what he said. This huge, nationwide cocaine ring that they wanted to kill the crackhead is because John Edwards, said because part of this ring. I'm like, no, they were to kill somebody over a couple, kilos, not crackheads. They
A few
didn't
thousand.
Even John said we didn't deal with crackheads. Like I didn't deal with the crackheads. I wasn't like the middleman. You know what I mean? We dealt with middlemen. We gave our shit to middlemen. They went and did what they wanted to do.
Yeah, like probably William Avery's
Yeah.
probably is who was doing it
Yeah,
actually.
who owed Al money?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was crazy that they said that this crackhead prostitute, which I hate that that's how they portray her. I think that
She's
it's
an
shitty.
addict. Yeah.
She was, and I just hate that that's what the news puts her out as all the time.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just,
I know a lot of girl
she's
addicts
dead, and that
that's what they'll
sucks,
say,
you know?
And yeah, that's what they do with addicts that are
Sad.
women.
And she could be, at this point, she could be a whole different person in
Oh,
life. I
yeah.
mean, that sadly, if she would have got a chance to live, she's 22 years old or
I heard
23
she
or
was a
whatever.
good person. She wasn't a bad person. She just was an addict, and at the time, a lot of people were.
Well, yeah, that
No, there's
crack
a lot of
epidemic
people
was
like
at its
that
peak.
are,
Yeah.
Now that nobody even talks like this.
Dude, I know people that
Public
you wouldn't
officials'
believe what they
wives.
were doing 10 years ago when the opiate epidemic hit with the oxys and stuff. That now they're completely different people.
Yeah,
You know what I
that hit
mean?
hard just like crack did,
Oh, it was
basically.
bad.
Except
It
they
was
didn't work
bad.
as hard
Well,
or
then they
lazy.
got rid of the
Well, and then you had all
oxys.
the doctors putting you on.
Well,
this
they
shit.
had all the doctors putting on. Then they got rid of all the oxys, and they were like, "Yeah, we're just gonna end Oxycontin real quick." And then what happened? Everybody went to
Suboxone.
dope.
No, it wasn't even that. It was
Suboxone.
Not
Everybody went to
Suboxone.
Suboxone.
Well, the doctors started getting in
Suboxone didn't
trouble.
exist then. Suboxone didn't exist when they cut off the oxys.
There was a
Oh,
doctor.
I don't know.
I'll
10
say
years
his
ago
name,
they
'cause I
did.
don't care. His name's
No, they
Dr.
didn't. No,
Brawala.
because I remember this. They cut off the oxys. Everybody went to like dope, and then there was this other
Well, they
pill,
put the
Opanas.
oxys, the one that
they
you
went to
couldn't-
Opanas too, and they got rid of the gel. They made
Yeah.
oxys the gel, and then about 3 years later, Suboxone.
Way they're
came into
passing
play.
out Percocet. and
But
fentanyl patches
Suboxone's
like
horrible,
crazy.
too. They abuse
Oh, yeah.
Suboxone. They abuse
Horrible.
Suboxone.
Yeah, I remember when my
Well, they
friends
don't have.
got
If you're
out on
serious,
it.
you wouldn't abuse it. But
No,
the
they just take
problem
more of
is
it.
these doctors just pass it out.
No, I had a guy that worked for me that was he was recovered from heroin or whatever
Yeah.
it was, and they had him on Suboxone.
Yeah, but
and
some
he
people
starts
use it and they make it
passing out at
I
work and
know.
shit, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm on nothing but Suboxone. It's like, clearly, dude, you're doing
See, the problem is
You're
more
taking
than you're
too much
supposed to.
Suboxone.
Right,
Guys,
right.
like
Yeah,
when
that's
you
what they
go
would
to these
do.
places and they put you on this stuff, they can't tell if you're serious or if you're just not trying to be sick, right?
why they should be on
so if you're
methadone.
going there all day, every
Yeah.
day, right? You're not. It's
Well, they
it's
should be on a
crazy, but-
methadone clinic then if you can't trust them.
Well, they
you know
do
what I mean?
methadone
Then
or-
they can just go do the
Well, no,
methadone.
that's
What's
what I'm saying.
methadone? What is
And
methadone
they give it to you
difference than
right there at the
Suboxone?
window. Listen, they're giving it to them right there at the window. They're
They
not
do
allowed to
methadone
take the
and
shit home.
Suboxone
Well, who?
at
What
the
are you
same
talking
time.
about?
No, Suboxone's a script. They give you
Listen,
the
no,
script.
not when you go to the place. There's a place in Amherst that does
Okay.
methadone. It's a methadone and Suboxone clinic. They do not let you take that fucking shit home. You have to go and get it from the nurse at the
The
window. They watch
Suboxone?
all of it.
Every day?
Suboxone every day
That's
until they
weird.
start. No, it's not. Until you pass the drug test and you are responsible with your medicine, and we call you and you got your medicine and you bring it up and we count it and you're good and
I
you're
see
not
what you're
failing
saying.
drug tests, you get to take it home.
Okay.
If not, you go there every day and have to get your dose.
See, I didn't know that. I knew that about methadone.
And you
I
have
didn't
to
know that
take
about
counseling, you have to
Suboxone.
take therapy, all that shit.
Oh,
and if
wow.
you don't, you just never get to take it home. So you get to go there and not be sick that day if you don't get done.
But as soon as you take it home, you can abuse it. So you just got to do it long enough to be
because
able to
you can't.
abuse it.
Listen, they're not giving
Yeah.
it to you to take home if you're going to abuse it. You'll get caught. They call you randomly. Bring your meds here. We got to count them. There's no fucking way to sell them and get rid of them.
I know
Honestly,
back
'cause
when.
it'll
I
get
do
taken
know
from you.
back when.
I know that's a lie because I know people that sell Suboxone.
Yeah.
So I know
I
that
understand, but they
I
might be
know
going
that
to
they've
Fortaleza.
done it for sure.
They're not going to the clinics.
No,
because
okay.
There's no
yeah,
way.
yeah. But I know that there's people that do
I know
it.
people who sold
Fortaleza,
Suboxone,
yeah, there's
so-
doctors.
Yeah, I've definitely heard
Well,
of
because there's
people.
doctors that'll write the prescriptions.
I like
Do you
this new
understand? But if you
gabapentin
go to
that
the
they wanna
clinics,
do.
they're not.
Are you guys old enough to remember Dr. Gotza?
No.
Do you
Why do I
remember?
know that name?
He was on Pearl. He was writing everybody prescriptions when I was a
Dr.
kid.
Brahala,
Like in the 80s.
rheumatoologist in Avon.
Yeah.
He got in a bunch of
He was
trouble.
my
Oh,
rheumatologist.
a lot of people were doing that back
Yeah.
when, yeah.
Yeah, he got in trouble. All of his patients were on fentanyl patches, Percocet, everything.
Have you heard of this new
Every
gabapentin stuff,
person.
though? That
Yeah.
thing?
That's how this guy was. He got in a bunch of trouble. He was writing
A
out
lot of
prescriptions.
doctors did during that.
For Holly-
Well,
can't even
especially it
write
was
an
like in
prescription for it.
Lorain in the 80s. He was right on Pearl. He was in that, actually, it was in that church that they're remodeling. They just started remodeling on Pearl. He was in the basement of it.
Was there
And
a
he
food
had-
stamp place over there at one point?
I don't know. I don't
In
know
the
about
shopping
that.
center? Is that what you're talking about?
Not in the
South Park?
shopping center.
Oh.
This is on the other side of the ditch. So
Yeah.
you go past the bridge. There's a little church that was
Well,
right
80s,
there.
I was
I know
probably
exactly
too young.
what
to
And he was in
remember.
the basement of it. It was like a little gold church, and he was in the basement of it. And that was his doctor's office. And
I heard one that had a castle.
he got in
There
a
was
bunch of trouble for
Yeah.
it.
A
Ton.
lot of doctors said over here. There's one that was major. I can't think of his name right now. But
Sam?
No, it was a major
I
one.
heard he's still
My
practicing.
sister-in-law went to him for. Well, my ex-sister-in-law went to him for a little bit. That bitch was a fiend, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, well, the doctors like to make people fiends. They're like, ching, ching, every month you come in.
Well, yeah, that's what was
Well,
going on with him.
Medicaid
He's getting
last,
doctor's
that was
appointments.
crazy.
They're all on Medicaid that are
Yeah.
coming in there.
If
So
medication
it's all getting
worked,
paid
they
for.
wouldn't give it to us. If medication really worked, they wouldn't give it to us. 'Cause
That's
then it would
probably
cure us
true.
and
It's true.
There'd be
Yeah.
no mean.
I don't believe in
I don't
medicine
take
too
none of this
much.
shit.
Yeah.
People be like, I got this, I got it. Take cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
Take sea moss. Actually, I need my sea moss, Kristen. I love you for going to pick it up. 3 jars coming
What's
from Mink
sea
Monk.
moss?
Actually, the
Sea
girl's
moss.
name's Mink
What's sea
Monk, I
moss?
guess. On
CMOS.
sea moss.
What is
So
it?
it takes all the mucus out of your body. It gives you 91 minerals that we are deficient of as
Yeah.
Americans. Comes right out of the sea. It's so good for you.
That
really good for
Americans
you.
are
So good for
Americans
you.
are
Sea
deficient
moss. I'll
in.
bring some up
Yeah,
for you.
Americans
Try.
are deficient in a lot, actually. I've been
That's
doing,
how I listen. I'm telling you, I cured my rheumatoid arthritis with that and
Yeah.
ivermectin.
Ivermectin? You took ivermectin?
I take. Yeah, I'm
I
taking
take
it right
ivermectin.
now.
Really?
Yeah.
My wife wants to take ivermectin.
My,
I
I'm
take it.
actually detoxing my son with it right now. I did a parasite cleanse, and then I do ivermectin, and then he takes a bunch of different mushrooms. And,
Yeah, I take mushroom coffee every
cod
day.
oil, like fish oils and stuff. He's autistic. And I'll tell you this, since I've been doing it, ask Amber, how about the circles?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Underneath his eyes.
Well, the other day I
he's
was over there and he was
talking.
like sentences. I got
Full
up. I was like,
sentences.
I went and looked at him. I
How
was
old
like,
is he?
"What?"
He's 14.
14.
Yeah.
How bad was he autistically? Like,
Bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
bad. Nonverbal.
Well, I'll tell you, I
Now,
couldn't
he's not
understand the
genetic
sentence.
either.
This kid's talking like
This summer.
4 or 5
Yeah.
words in a sentence. Like before, you'd be like grunt and say a
Yeah,
word.
one word, like 1-2
Yeah.
words together. Now he's full sentencing.
Sentences.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a really long process. I started.
And
right
I
What
haven't
about I
seen
heard the
it.
nicotine patches are good for autistic
Okay.
kids?
Nicotine's supposed to be great for us.
I have a nicotine. There's this. I forget what. I just started, so I forget the name of it. But my Indian gas station owner up the street, he orders this nicotine that has nothing in it besides nicotine, right? And it's a little. It's like a gum piece, but it's not gum. You just eat it. But I started him on that because it's anti-abuse the neural
Yeah, the
synapses
nerves.
in your brain, and it also helps with immunity.
So you are
So,
feeding
yeah,
nicotine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's on a. We start very slowly. We do one thing. I introduce one thing at a time. And
See what
then,
makes a difference,
Yeah,
sure.
my over months. So this has taken me probably 2.5 years to detox him. But he's genetically.
Do you think it's
perfect.
vaccines?
No, I think it's environmental. I think it's a lot more than just vaccines. Because he was only vaccinated twice and he had a bad reaction, and after that, after he lost his
Which one
speech
was
again,
it? Do you remember?
his 2-year-old shots. He has 2-year-old shots, and because he wasn't vaccinated before
Right.
too.
At all?
No, he was diagnosed autistic before he was vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
My husband works in heavy metals. He worked at Elyria Foundry for 15 years. Now he still does metals, but I was pregnant with Christopher at the time. That I was washing the foundry clothes, all the metals, all the minerals, all the everything, and I think that has a lot to do with. I think it's environmental. It's what's in the environment.
Well, and the
you know what I
food
mean?
and the air,
There's
the
I had a
spraying us.
$50,000 genetic test on him, and my son is genetically perfect. Perfect. There's no duplications of chromosomes. There's no missing chromosomes. There's no nothing. So it's not genetic. It has to be environmental. You know what I mean? And I think it's heavy metals, and I think it's the
Bentonite clay.
and now when he was vaccinated, there was issues. When he got he got a half dosage of the vaccines because I was scared to give him a full dose because of the autism vaccine thing. He had a fever. He went mute, and then he lost majority of his speech
And if you think about
after
it,
he was vaccinated.
After the vaccine.
if you go to research all that,
He
that's
actually
how
made
it
him
starts.
worse. It made him worse.
Wow.
So he got 2 shots, 2 rounds of shots, and after that, he's never been vaccinated again. He never will be.
See, my wife's brother's dealing with it. He has his youngest daughter is
When was
is
this ever
autistic.
normal for all these families to have all this?
It wasn't. And when I was a kid, Rain Man came out. The movie Rain Man. If
Yeah.
you guys know the movie.
Yeah.
That movie came out when I was a kid. It's the first you had ever heard of
And everybody's
autism.
like, "What?"
You're like, yeah. You were like, what is this? I never heard of this.
Oh yeah.
Unless you
And
watched Idiocracy.
I-
That's a documentary. Have you ever seen it? It's a movie, but I call it a documentary with Luke Wilson.
It was on before Rain Man.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know if it was. I'm just saying.
Rain Man's
It's
like the
called,
late '80s.
He's like the first movie
Yeah.
that they ever even portrayed somebody.
Yeah,
No, my
done
son's
it.
We're
very
living in
gifted.
that. We're living in that movie. I'm trying to tell you. You should watch it. Everybody's like autistic in it. They're following the government. They're like, you should see it. Yeah, it's a
crazy.
documentary.
See, I don't like to
Idiocracy.
do-
It's called.
Huh?
Idiocracy?
I'm gonna look
Yeah.
at it. I don't like to do it. Like, you know,
Luke Wilson's in it.
don't vaccinate. Do whatever you want. But if you see when you vaccinate your kid, you see a high fever right afterwards. You see redness of the cheeks, and you see them losing speech and losing abilities. Right.
And what do you do?
very
Nothing. It's
quickly.
too late.
And it happens very quickly. Then I would do focus on. I don't think it's all vaccines though. I think it has a lot to do with food. It has a lot to do with diet. It has a lot to do with what's in your environment. Like I said, heavy metals. I think it has a lot to do with metals.
See, it's weird to me that and you may be right, but they were doing the steel industry took off in the early 1900s, and we didn't see a rise in autism.
No,
so
I'm
they
saying
would have
me
seen.
every case is different.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
I
my
get that.
personal case, that's where heavy metals come in, and heavy metals is what causes the neural issues in the brain. That's why I'm saying it's metals.
But why
It
didn't
could have
we
been
have
from
them during
it could have been
during
from the
all that
water.
time frame?
It could have been from the water. It could have been from the sky. It could have been from his genome doesn't take something appropriately that's causing a misfiring in his brain to inflame, an anti-inflammatory response
Right.
that causes autism. It could be it's individual. You have isn't it?
Well, like you think about it, they give the babies, they wanted to give Josiah just a hepatitis shot.
It doesn't
And I
make
was telling
sense. When they're
Angelica, right?
newborns.
And so
I think
Angelica
the Hep B
finally
shot
looks
is a
at
huge
her.
issue because Christopher did have that.
Well, why are you giving a
bad
kid a
birth.
hepatitis
They wanna give it to
shot?
him
They're not
within the
shooting
first
dope
month.
And having
No,
sex.
first day they're born.
Yeah.
First
They're not
day
shooting
born.
dope and having sex, and then they want to do it again at 1.
No, they get the Hep B shot the day they're born. All
Yeah,
the kids got the
that's
Hep B
crazy.
shot. And Christopher lost oxygen at birth. His cord was wrapped around his neck. It was the back of an ambulance, by the way, this poor woman. So it was my 4th kid, thank
Well,
God. I was
Angelica
like
wouldn't let him
grabbing,
get it
you know
for
what I
him,
mean?
so.
But he lost oxygen, so his immune system was already low. And then
Yeah.
they give him the Hep B shot. I think that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do
So
with
he did
whatever's
have
in there.
vaccines before
He
he
had
would.
one Hep B shot.
Well, that's all it takes.
Yeah, he had one, though. One. He wasn't nothing else.
Yeah, I
That's
think
all it
so.
takes.
Yeah.
They're not shooting dope and having sex.
I just said the way I look at it is I go there's no way that the correlation of how many there are and when we gave immunity in '86 to all these pharmaceutical companies, and then
Yeah.
as soon as they
Immunity.
did, all of a sudden you needed all these vaccines. And the worst part about the vaccines is that they don't stop anything.
No.
Like my older daughters, they had like chickenpox vaccines. They still got chickenpox. Like what? That's
I
not a
didn't get- I
vaccine.
did
Then.
I didn't vaccinate my two middle kids just because I was young, having babies, and I just didn't like do
Well,
it.
we
I
didn't
did it
know
with
any
my
better.
first
Like with
one.
Alexa and Haley, when they were born, we didn't know. Like we thought you vaccinate.
as
That's all.
bad either.
You weren't.
Yeah.
You weren't hearing about it. And then when Dylan was born, her mom's friend has an autistic child and was
Yeah.
like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. We were stressed out at that
Yeah.
point. We didn't know what
Jim
to do.
Carrey and what's her name got on there and was
Oh, I
bitching
suggest
about
nobody do it. I would never give my kid a vaccine again.
Courtney. What's her name? That is with Jim Carrey. Was with Jim Carrey.
But I
at
think
the
the
time?
Hep B has a lot to do with it.
I think so
yeah.
too. I think so. I
The
believe
Hep
so.
B specifically.
And I don't see why you have to give them a sexual. It doesn't make
I don't
sense.
get it.
Right.
Well, especially because like
I mean,
even
you
me,
could
I was
test
with
the
one
mother and make sure the
person.
mother didn't have
Yeah.
it when they gave birth.
Yeah, and then be like, have you had sex with anyone? No, I had sex with one person for the last 20 years.
But then
You know what I
don't they
mean?
put
Like,
the mom on medicine any fucking way so she doesn't transfer it to the kid? I thought
No.
or something.
But even if they
I thought there
didn't,
was.
I mean, they can test and see if you have it.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then why
Yeah.
why
then
would you do
natural
it?
birth's just fine.
Just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't at all.
Yeah, they don't even teach people about natural antibiotics.
Nobody knows. I didn't know how about this. I didn't know what Hep B was when I said yes.
No, well, that's what
None of
happened
us
with me and
knew.
Alexa.
Explain it to you.
That's what happened with me with my
Yeah.
daughter Alexa and Haley. That we didn't really know. We were just doing what they tell us to do.
Yeah,
you
this
just
is what we
didn't.
do.
Yeah, this is just what you did. I
Yeah.
mean, I had to take shots when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But it was like 3. I mean, I didn't have to take all these.
But I will tell
And
you
I
the
didn't know
two
that I
kids
was getting none at newborn and all
The
that.
2 kids that I did not vaccinate, my 2 middle, just because I never took them to the doctors because I was just busy. You know what I mean? Little babies under whatever. They're the healthiest. They don't get sick.
Oh yeah, you should see.
My sister
my
didn't vaccinate her
brother-in-law,
7
his
kids. They're the
never get
healthiest
sick.
kids.
Never had a vaccine.
Well, the other thing
Never.
is the
Remember
Amish.
they said
The
you couldn't go
Amish
to
don't have
school?
sick kids.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Remember
Amish
the
don't
big
have
thing
sick
is your
kids.
kid couldn't go to school unless they had these shots. That's not true.
Yeah,
There's
that's
all
not
kinds
true.
of unvaccinated
Oh, no,
kids
yeah,
everywhere,
that's
but
not true.
When I was a kid, I remember having to go
Yeah.
get shots to go to
Yeah.
the doctor.
Remember how they used to
My
come and
mom
do
signed my
fluoride?
vaccination form because she was a nurse. So she was just
She
How
used
about
to
when they
sign
would
it?
do
Yeah.
fluoride in the school and the gyms, and everybody get these fluoride treatments.
Oh, we got them in
It's
homeroom.
terrible.
We got them in our
Yeah,
first
the-
class
the-
every
It's
morning.
terrible for
yeah,
you.
the gum thing that they put in your
Yeah.
mouth with oh, it's
Yeah.
horrible. That's what they.
It's
oh
not
my
even.
God.
They don't even use it now. They're
I
not even
know.
allowed.
Now they're like, take
Yeah,
the
they did that.
fluoride
They did that in our
out.
first
Right.
class. They did that
Yeah.
like first class, right when you got in the morning. You had to do that
Yeah, no
every
wonder
day.
my teeth are so fucked. My teeth, the front ones are fake. So I'm like, no wonder my teeth are so fucked.
Right.
And I wasn't a drug addict. So
Dentist,
it was like,
cha-ching. Everything's like
between my kids and just. I
Well,
think it
you
was the
think about
dentist.
so listen to the vaccines. Like our parents had like what 7 vaccines,
Oh, they have
and then
70
we
now,
had
70 something.
their or their.
I think
parents
I
and their-
literally had 3.
And then my mom
I
and
don't
them would
remember
have
being
had
vaccinated.
I literally
something, but
only
we
had
had like
3.
18. Our kids had like 23, my kids, and then now there's like over 78 vaccines that they're giving
Yeah.
these children.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I remember when they approached me about Alyssa with the chicken pox, when I'm like, sure, you had chicken pox. So you're
And
not
then the
giving her
problem is
that.
they're
You know what
mixing
I mean?
them. So
And then
they'll
you
take
get
like
'em.
5 shots and put it in one, and then another, and then boom, you're getting 10 shots at one fucking time, or however they
well,
do
then
it.
that's where you get
and
the reaction with
the
Christopher.
reactions,
It was
yeah.
high fever,
Yeah.
lethargic, and then literally within a week, it was like right afterwards. It was the same 3
Well,
days.
that's where Amanda did, I think, help out things because they were trying to give him multiples, and Amanda was freaking out. No,
Yeah,
schedule
no.
another appointment. You
That's
know what I
I
mean?
made him half dose Christopher.
Yeah.
So then when after the half dose, he had that reaction. Not the first time. I remember the second time very clearly because I remember crying. Like I remember in my living room bawling because all of a sudden my baby that could say
can't
mom,
function,
dad,
yeah.
he was babbling, he was talking, he was doing the drums, he was playing the piano, and I mean he was a kid, but he was just all of a sudden was gone. And I can't explain it to anybody that hasn't gone through it. It's like a night and day change.
No, we looked at it. Amanda actually was pulling up video of her niece
Yeah.
the other day, and it's like she was pretty interactive with
Mm-hmm.
us.
And
Like
there.
when she was a
And then there's
newborn.
not.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
And then it's
imagine.
just gone now.
Just gone.
Yeah.
One day
Parents,
it's
these
just.
parents. That's why I feel like oh, we'll give our. You take it first. You take it, give it to your kid, and then I'll give it
Well,
to mine.
my whole thing is,
Yeah,
I just
bet you they
remember
don't.
sitting in the living room, bawling and Chris being like, I can't let them do this to him anymore.
You're right,
Like,
right.
I mean, and I get like a little emotional because I'm like, oh, I had this boy who was a boy. You know what I mean? He had some issues from his birth, but then when I did that, I feel like I broke him more. You know what I mean? But I've been more hopeful lately because of what I've been doing holistically with him. And all holistic, it's all natural.
And ivermectin, you think helps this
Yeah.
with this?
Oh, yeah.
Ivermectin
It
does?
was- it
I've been taking
helps, yeah.
ivermectin for
Yeah.
almost.
What is
helps you with your
ivermectin? What is
immune
that
system.
exactly?
It's a parasite cleanser.
It's not just a parasite
Does
cleanser,
all
it's
kinds of
for
good stuff, like-
immunity.
yeah.
It's for immunity.
Does all
yeah.
kinds of.
And where do you get the ivermectin?
The Tractor Supply.
Online, Rural
Just go to
King.
a Tractor Supply and buy
Yeah,
it?
it's a
buy it.
horse paste.
It's a horse paste.
And it'll be a tube like this, but you.
And I tried
you
it
just take a
first.
little bit,
Yeah.
like a day. I have videos and stuff, but. Yeah.
So when they
Cayenne
say
pepper,
it's a
too. You
horse
should
thing,
take
it
cayenne
really
pepper
is?
every day. Quarter of a teaspoon in water.
Yeah, but if you look
your
up
wife.
ivermectin on the
I survive on nicotine, caffeine, and steak. That's it.
I would look
Beef.
up, go to the CDC
Chicken,
website
maybe.
and look, go to CDC and the health department website for the federal government. They'll pull up all the studies where they've done studies on ivermectin. And
But isn't there a little bit of a fear that there's no like FDA involved in
I don't
ivermectin when
take
you go and
anything
get it from
FDA
that?
approved.
anything with FDA I wouldn't take.
I don't take
But
anything FDA.
do you
I know, but
why?
when it's an
because
animal
They say
thing-
don't
No,
do
it's
it.
not
I'm
an
taking
animal thing.
it.
Ivermectin's
Right,
been
it's
given
not.
to
It's a plant.
humans
It's
since
actually a
the
plant.
millennia. It's a plant. And the only reason it's not FDA approved for usage is because they can't make
cures
money
stuff,
off of
too.
it.
Well, no, but I'm saying
It's
it's
not-
not like it's
Every
not.
other country does parasite cleanses.
Every
No,
country
I'm not.
does.
I'm not disagreeing.
And they
But
use
what I'm
ivermectin.
saying is, when you go in to buy something that's for an animal,
Yeah.
it's just like animal food. They don't. That's not. It's not held to the same standards of what you're putting in your body. Like it could
Well,
be
they want
something
us to think
completely
that.
different.
Well, they want
Yeah.
you to think that.
No, I know it's wrong. I met my puppy. We gave it pumpkin powder once, and it
Yeah.
freaking made it sick as shit because there was something wrong in it.
Pumpkin's good for.
Pumpkin's actually
people
good for dogs, but I don't think
I
the
get it,
powder
but I
is.
got a powder. Yeah, there's a powder that's
Did you know
supposed to be
pumpkin
there
is
for the
filling.
animals.
Like the fill, I give my dogs the filling.
We
the
do
human
too, but what
filling.
I'm saying is we tried a powder that was supposedly for dogs,
Yeah.
and we sprinkled it on their food.
Yeah.
And it caused him to have horrible stomach issues because it's not regulated.
Yeah.
Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what would scare me about going and getting like something that's for a horse. It's probably not regulated. Like
all ivermectin is a plant.
medicine.
That's all it is. It's a plant.
It's a natural plant.
It's just a plant.
but you said it's a
And that's
paste.
why they give it.
Yeah,
well, they
it's
make
a
it into
paste. They make it in a
but-
paste, but it's a plant. There's
Yeah,
one
but
ingredient,
how do you know
ivermectin.
it's not? Yeah, I don't know. I don't like
ingredients
that.
on
That
the back
scares
of
me.
it.
I've not had any but.
No, and it
positive
healed my
effects.
COVID. Cured me from
Positive
COVID.
effects.
But
Cured my
I-
rheumatoid
but-
arthritis. I couldn't click my fingers.
I'm
I
not
couldn't
saying you're
roller
wrong,
skate.
but what happens when you get a batch that's tainted because nobody's testing it? That's what scares me about it.
Well, they're being tested. They're just not being tested by
For
the
human.
FDA. And,
They're
yeah.
still being tested.
Yeah.
Whether
So was the pumpkin powder I had. That's what I'm
I would
saying.
use pumpkin powder, but I've never heard of pumpkin powder.
pumpkin paste. It
Yeah,
is good for
for
you.
paste.
Pumpkin, the pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin powder. We tried to like a
Pumpkin
powder that
fillers.
was
But
supposed to be.
I will say, people with
the
ivermectin, I
powder
want to
has
say you're not supposed to
fillers
use it every
probably.
day.
Yeah.
What's that?
Ivermectin, you're only supposed to use like every 3 months, what is it?
No,
2
I do
months,
it. I
something
do
like
it.
that.
I was doing it once a month for 3 days.
I only do it
at
once.
a month.
I do it once every
but
6 months with Christopher. I don't.
Wait,
only
wait a
once
minute.
do
You
it.
do it.
I
You
don't
do
know.
it for 3 days in a row once a month,
Once a month.
but
Yeah.
3 days in a row
Yeah,
when you
that's
do
it.
it.
Yeah, but
don't
I
do it
did
every
start.
day.
How I started it was 3 days on, 5 days off. 3 on, 5 off. 3 on, 5 off for a few months just to see. I started feeling better, so then I upped it actually and did 5 on, 7 off. And then once I got to where I really felt great, then that's when I went to maintenance.
Yeah, just
monthly.
maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I didn't take it for the last 2 months because of like these personal reasons, but
You start taking it again because you're like,
yeah,
feel
I
like
started
shit.
taking it again. I felt
Yeah.
like crap, but I couldn't take it because there was like things going on. But
Yeah, you're not supposed to take it every day. That's not a thing.
I started taking it, and literally the next day, 40% of my problem was gone. Then the next day, 80% of the problem gone. Now it's like there's like 1% of it left. Yeah. And
Of the arthritis, you're saying?
no, of the problem I
Oh,
was
she was having
I was
other
having
problems,
some
yeah.
problem that was going
Lady
on. And I
problems,
just
yeah.
And
Oh, okay.
and now it's perfect again.
Huh?
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
All good in the hood.
All good in the hood.
Yeah. But no, and I've done, my son, I've done.
I had a parasite baby.
The parasite cleanse was good, and it's all natural. It's clove, wormwood, and black walnut,
Yeah.
and it's just a tincture.
Which is really
and
good for
it's
you.
100%. There's no chemicals, nothing, and
Yeah.
that was night and day with Christopher speaking. So.
My dad wants me to start taking the wormwood. I'm gonna take it.
Wormwood's
The
really
what?
good. Wormwood.
Wormwood.
It's really good for you.
Wormwood?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I take
it's a
saffron
mushroom.
too. Have you started saffron at all? I have saffron.
Do you guys
tried
have room in your
saffron,
stomachs
yeah.
for food or no?
Huh? What'd you say?
Maybe you're rooming your stomach for food.
I barely eat food.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
so serious. I
No,
fast.
I've actually been fasting. Amber got me on
I
fasting
fast
now.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, you hit like 24, 32 hours, you're like, I don't want to eat.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat.
Something changes.
That time I did the opera. I
See,
did
when in the
78
80s we
hours
called
or
that
something. It was
bulimic.
like 78 hours. total.
Anorexic.
Yeah, anorexic, yeah,
Bulimic is you
anorexic.
eat and you throw up.
Yeah,
No,
right.
no.
Yeah, in the 80s we called that anorexic.
No, you still eat.
Oh
She's
yeah, I
just
eat.
saying you don't
but
eat
I
like
don't.
a full.
And then when I do eat, I
meal.
eat healthy.
Yeah.
I eat whatever it is going to be healthy when I break that.
If I don't eat for 48 hours, I'm not eating healthy
Well, no,
once it's
but
time.
you
to
no,
eat.
but
I'm
I
eating.
didn't.
I
Of course,
believe
I
it.
couldn't start. I started fasting at like 8 hours, 10 hours, and I pushed it like 17, 24. I didn't even think I could get to 24. And then the next thing you know, I'm doing like 48.
But if you see
and then I
Amber
was
from a few
72,
years ago to
78.
now, like that's why I believe it. I'm like, I'm fucking to do what the fuck she's doing. You know what I mean? Like because apparently something's working. So,
NAD, I take
yeah.
NAD.
Yeah.
Yeah, fasting they say is good for you.
Yeah.
It starts to
It's my
get your
favorite thing to
body
do.
like
Yeah.
in cleaning the
I mean,
itself
actually
Amber
up.
one of my
literally is
favorite
like
things to
90
do.
day from like what 5 years ago to now.
Not even 2.
2, yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
like,
5 and 2.
whatever the fuck you're doing, just write it down, and I'm gonna start doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I try to tell everybody. Cayenne pepper, I started that. I did cayenne pepper with the lemon juice, olive oil.
Yeah, I
turmeric,
do cayenne pepper now every day.
and pepper. I don't have to do it now.
And
but
what's
I
that do supposedly?
Well, it helps
Cleans
you
your
lose
whole
weight
system,
first. Yeah,
and it
your
helps with
system.
bloating.
Yeah.
Exploding down, like that, like puffiness you have.
Inflammation. So the sea moss takes all the mucus out of your body because all of our diseases start with mucus and parasites. So
Yeah. We're the only country that doesn't parasite cleanse.
So what do
I'm
you
telling
so
you,
what
sea
what do you
moss is
mean by that when you say we're the only country that doesn't do
Everybody
that?
else parasites.
Everybody else has parasite cleanses at least once a year.
Like I was
What does
getting
that
ready to
mean? What do you mean? I
They
don't-
clean their parasites
They
out of
clean
their body.
parasites out of them.
Who
If you look at
does
other
it? Like
countries,
what do
Like
they
every
do?
country, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, which is Africa,
Everywhere.
China, Japan, they,
They
all
all
parasite
practice
cleanse.
routine parasite cleanses.
Oh, really?
Not
Yeah,
in America.
not in America, but we parasite cleanse our dogs
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah.
we
We
just
do.
don't do it for us.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
did give them a pill once
Yeah.
a year or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We parasite cleanse our animals, just not us.
So
Well, we care
pomegranates,
more
you know
about
how
our
we eat
animals.
pomegranates here?
Exactly.
They teach us to like
Yeah,
put
pomegranates.
and
you eat
chew
full
them, right? You
pomegranates.
chew them.
Chew the seeds.
No,
gotta
no,
eat
you
the
don't
seeds.
chew them. You do not chew them.
You're not
In
supposed
all
to
the
chew
other
the
countries, they use those to parasite cleanse. No,
I heard as
you
long as you
swallow
eat
them.
the
No,
seeds.
you swallow them. You're supposed to swallow them because you know why? All
'Cause
the
it traps
parasites
in
go in it and
there.
they trap and you.
Oh, that would
And they
make
X out.
sense.
You don't have to do a bind or anything. You just eat the.
Because it's all
That's
three
what
at
they
once.
do.
Yeah.
Really?
Pomegranates. Yeah, but they taught us
Pomegranates?
to chew them, right? Because
Yeah.
they taste so good. Well, they do. You're supposed to swallow them, and then it's
The
gut
parasite
health. It's all
cleanse.
about gut health.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
really
they're
gut
for.
health is all, and really autism is that too. Is gut health. Cod oil is huge. It's just vitamin A. It's fish oil. Was that omega?
You get your gut health right, your head's
Your
right,
head
your head's
will
clear.
get right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually
Very
been
much
sleeping better too
correlated.
since I started my ivermectin.
Yeah.
I had insomnia since my mom's and JD's stuff came out. That, like
Oh yeah, years are going through it.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
imagine. But that's good now. It's all over.
Yeah.
No,
Well, no, it's not
no,
over.
it's not
I'm
over.
sure it's not over.
I guarantee you, Tony still takes it to the 9th district.
Which is, we should
Appeals.
probably go throw a fit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Absolutely.
get
So if
white.
anybody still wants to do that protest, I'm still down to do
Yeah.
that protest.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
I think we should do it
Well,
for
and
like.
that's like to Tony Still do the right thing here and stop the nonsense and have it start actually doing
Being a real
something
prosecutor.
instead of going after. Geez, I know you guys are all mad you didn't get him. No, you're all upset.
Wait, no, you're mad because you're like aren't half the size of him.
Well, I don't care about all that.
Mentally, physically. No,
I know
I'm
you're
saying
mad
mentally,
you broke the
physically,
30-year
all of
boys
it.
club up. I know you're mad that you guys didn't get to prosecute him and that you didn't get to do your little evil plan here. But let him go. Just let him go. Work with who he's doing now and leave him be. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, JD was genuine and Burge
He
too. They're
was.
genuine in what they were trying to
Oh,
achieve
yeah.
with that for sure.
And we actually fucked ourselves in Lorain County voting for Tony Still over him and listening to the media and the lies.
I
because-
didn't vote for him over JD.
No, I'm saying those that did that made him win.
didn't
Well, you
vote
know,
at
you know
all.
a lot. No, you know what happened to a lot of people that I know personally. They went down the Republican ticket.
It's so dumb.
It is.
See, I
but
don't
that's
really
what they
believe
did.
that. See, I don't really
A
believe that,
lot
though,
of
because
people I know did that.
GD won the 2020, and it wasn't because the Democrats won the county. This county went to all the Republicans, so people were not voting.
They weren't doing it then,
but they were doing it then, but now they
this
think
election they
dumb.
went straight down right.
It's so dumb.
Because
they've done this.
That's
It's
what Tony
because
Still
this
hopes to
left,
do.
the left and right has gotten out of hand,
So
and the
so
left
dumb.
is so it's so absurd that the left sees things that nobody can agree with. The average American's not going to agree with this same-sex. But Amherst was one. Amherst did the bathroom.
Why'd they vote for
They
Tony
were trying to
Stillo
put
then? He's a
They had to put
Democrat.
that bathroom back, didn't they?
They had to
Boy,
fix the
girl.
bathroom, but they did. They put a boy-girl bathroom in Amherst, and then they ended up having to put a wall down the middle after it was built
Yeah, I bet.
because
Like,
everybody
that's an
threw a
issue.
fit. Yeah.
Their bathrooms didn't even have boy girl on them.
Yeah, they just had stalls, individual stalls.
No boy
They
girl
actually
in
built it that way in
schools,
Amherst.
Right over in Amherst.
Yep, that actually happened.
Yeah.
So people were fed up. So they're like, fuck the left.
Yeah, but then they voted for a Democrat. Tony Stillo is not a Republican.
I get that, but he
And
was
Jack
on that
Hall is
ticket.
not
They
a
went down the
Republican.
right.
That's why Tony did it.
Yeah,
His own
absolutely.
Party didn't support him. It's just so frustrating to me. So this is my thing to people: before you vote for somebody, really quickly look up their voting record.
Right.
That's how easy it is to do.
Pay attention to their track
Pay
record.
attention.
Or don't
their
vote
track
for it, or
record.
don't vote for him.
Or don't vote
at all.
You
You know, I mean,
them,
if I
don't vote
go
for
in there and there's something I'm not aware of, I just I leave
That's
it
the
blank.
smartest thing to do.
That's what I do. If I don't know about it, I'd leave
That's
it
what I
blank.
do.
And stop voting red and blue. It's purple people eaters. They all work together. It's like it doesn't matter if it's red or it's blue.
Yeah,
Purple
you don't.
people
Yeah, you
eaters.
don't
They
know.
all work together to fuck you. So at least know who you're voting for. At least JD, after 30 years of all of them having control of the prosecutor's office, he's the only one in 30 years that broke that tradition.
True. Yeah, that's very true.
And
That's
he
what
was,
I'm saying.
he was a
He's not-
great defense
he's not-
attorney. How many people, friends of mine that hired him? He was a great defense attorney. So that's what you want in a prosecutor's office.
So somebody brought this to my attention the other day. Listen to this. What a cool story this is. Guy, like we were talking about. I don't remember what we were talking about, and he goes, "Amber, think about it." He's like, "What prosecutor do you know, other than J.D. Tomlinson, that can walk around at the lake and everybody wants to see him, that can go anywhere and everybody wants to see
And
him,
everybody likes
everybody
him."
respects him, everybody likes him?" He said, "Tony Cilio ain't walking down
Nope.
at that damn lake.
Oh, no, he's not.
Rosenbaum ain't wheeling himself at that lake. None of them are." You get what I'm saying? Like, how cool is it that J.D. Thomas can go out in the public and everybody likes him? He's like, name a prosecutor, Amber. I'm like,
no,
I
he
guess
can't.
that is cool. Like, he.
Everybody I talk to hates Tony Stillo.
Yeah.
Hates him.
I
But
don't.
I guess
I
that is
don't know
kind of cool
anybody
because
that
you
really
think about it,
knows
like
that.
Mike O'Malley from Cleveland. He's not walking around the
No.
streets. They don't. But J.D. does. And he has no problems doing it. You get what I mean? With
Yeah, his
people.
conscience.
Yeah.
His soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can look at people. He can shake their hands. People want to talk to him. Black, white, Puerto Rican, all of it. They all love him. Like there's. Yeah.
Well, I've heard rumors too that they're going back to Tomlinson's cases and retrying people.
Really?
Opening them
Yeah.
up, doing.
And
I could-
not just one person. Like I wouldn't say that if it was like one source or like a.
There's a
we're
young
pulling
kid right
that,
now.
Are
but,
you
like,
saying his criminal cases?
his criminal cases are
Yeah,
reopening
I've had
and resentencing?
quite a few people contacting me, and I
Like
I
people
just don't
that
know what to
were
do for 'em.
that were given like
Probation and
probation
taken
or
from
something
prison.
that would be taken from them, then they're resentencing him for.
Well, I know for a fact there's this kid.
Which I don't know how they. Can
Not
do that
as a
legally.
prosecutor. You're saying as when he was a criminal attorney.
No.
When Will was the
No.
prosecutor.
As JD was a prosecutor, they're bringing up.
Oh, the ones that
JD's
JD
cases.
gave sentences.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So while he was a prosecutor.
Yeah.
I gotta find out who this one is because I know
Who?
the kid Tommy. This kid Tommy that works at the apartment building.
Oh,
I
that's what
know
we were
him.
talking about this morning.
This young
I
kid.
couldn't believe you
So-
mentioned that because I'm like, that's mentioned to me like three times.
When the girl told
I
me
know it's
yesterday, I go,
true.
"Which guy?" And she said, "Little Tommy that did your screens." I was like, "What?" Like, so that one I can't concentrate on everybody's. I wish I could. But this little boy,
Yeah, I got
he
three
comes
people.
to work I don't know what's happening. Like, and now they're just it was done 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Why are
they're
we bringing this kid back in court?
What was it for? Do you know?
I have no idea. I'm gonna have to. That's why I said I have to
See,
ask
I
Kristen.
told her
It wasn't
we need
anything
a
like
list of these
major.
people. I want to get a list of. I'm gonna put my list together. She's gonna put her list together, and I want to go through their cases. And
One,
see.
they took probation from him and put him in prison, but
because
now
I don't
he's
do
out all of a
anything.
sudden.
All I do is read. So I don't watch TV. I'm not a TV person. I do nothing but research and read and write books. I have a couple books coming out this year, which will be interesting.
You're writing them?
Yeah.
What are you writing books on?
The law fair here in Lorain County. I have 2 books that will be out probably at the end of February. I got school stuff that I went through with my kids during COVID. I have 4 books there. The first one will drop at the end of the first quarter of this year. And then I have another situation that I went through getting involved in Ohio politics, but I'm not going to talk about that one. That will come out in November.
In November of this year? Wow. Okay. So you're busy.
But I got 2 big books, big books about this.
The law fair. So is that about like
Well, there's
JD
one
and all
book
that?
that's called Sex, Lies, and County Government in Lorain County. That's the one, and then it's Lorain County Law Fair is the second one.
Okay.
And it's not a book in the sense that people will think it's a book. It's a very short little book, basically outlining what happened real quick, and then there's a timeline And then there's all the evidence that I gather that'll be in the back.
My
of the
question is this. I got a real quick question for both of you guys. There was, with Rosenbaum, there was a judge that sat on these cases. And that judge wasn't allowing a lot of things that should have been allowed into the...
Mm-hmm.
And who was that judge?
In,
McGuff?
in what case? What are you talking about?
McGuff was her mom's case.
Oh yeah, McGuff was with him all the day. She agreed with everything he said.
The Ohio 4 was a few judges.
Did
But-
McGuff have a relationship with Rosenbaum of some sort?
I don't know. I don't like really going at the judges.
I have no.
kinda
Oh no,
leave that
her
alone.
McGuff. She's where she should be.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Dead.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, God. I
That's
don't mean
rude.
that in a bad way, but
I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't get behind
sorry,
that
God.
one.
I didn't.
Yeah, I kind of steer clear of
Jesus.
judges and stuff. But what really irritates me
she's
is the
evil.
one judge is Chris
She was
Cook.
literally letting the kids,
The fact that
Margie
Tony went
Grundon's
ahead.
daughter, sit on her lap in the chambers with the door
So
open while my
weird.
mom's sitting out there with her 4 kids that nobody even spoke to. You know, and this
Yeah.
one's getting coddled on the judge's lap.
Yeah, that's weird.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I steer clear of saying anything about judges.
And her husband was being like investigated for what?
Anyways.
It's true.
We steer,
What was true?
we steer clear of
Molestation?
judges. Yeah, we steer clear of judges.
McGuff's not here anymore.
I know, yeah, McGuff has friends. So we just steer
No,
clear
she
of
doesn't.
saying stuff about
Promise
judges.
you.
I bet she does. So
Well, but my question is, that is my question though, is that why the judges have? I
The
mean, when they're
jury's the one that-
when they're
that
controlling
sets
what the
stuff.
juror sees, I think that makes a big difference,
It
in
does
my
make a
opinion.
difference.
Jurors came
I
back
just
at
don't
my
like
mom's
saying
like
anything
years
about
later
judges.
when they would read the papers and everything. There was jurors, which I need to find that article. I'd like to speak to some of them if they, or I could probably put it online.
Yeah.
But there were jurors that came and said if we'd seen and heard all this, she would never.
They
they
never-
would
Sure, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
talking. That's
especially
what
her
I'm
case.
getting to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's essentially Nancy's case. So how
They
far I don't
hide
think
whatever they
so-
want
so
from the
much as
jurors.
much.
They-
and
whatever they
McGuff, you don't think McGuff was the same judge for the Ohio 4?
No,
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't.
Who
I think
was the judge
Rothgary
then?
There
Do
was
you
a
know?
couple of them. I
Rothgary was
can't-
like-
Rothgary was one. See,
I know
don't know off
Rothgary
the top
was
of my
one.
head, so I'm not gonna. And then there's appeals court judge,
Siri.
and then there was
Siri.
yeah.
But I mean
don't-
on the
don't like
original
getting into
one.
judges. I just kind of steer clear of that.
Case from Ohio.
That's a little politically too lit. I feel like sometimes.
This is where you draw the line.
Yeah, judges. Yeah,
This is where she draws the line.
yeah.
This
There's
is
a
it.
reason.
We got there now.
Yeah, but you got there now. I don't really fuck around with the judges. Yeah, I wouldn't even, if I was anybody, I wouldn't. I'll fuck around with the prosecutor, but I ain't fucking around with the judges.
Well, I mean,
we got
it's
good judges,
just
we
as
didn't have
bad.
one
No,
then.
it's not.
McGuff
They're
was
not
a good
equivalent.
judge.
It didn't seem
She
like
wasn't
it.
a
It
judge.
just,
She's done a lot of
I'm not
bad
saying that she was or wasn't. I'm just saying it feels like there was things that weren't let in that should have been let
Yeah.
in. That's what I feel like. That's the problem I have with
Yeah.
it. And
She denied
Ohio
all of
4, I feel like
The one judge I don't like, I know that. I don't know. I can't off the top of my head think their names. I don't really look at judges like that. I don't really speak on it.
because at that point it's not the jury's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
not.
If the judge is limiting what gets to them, and or the attorneys aren't getting the information in front of the
Anybody
judges.
watching this was a juror on my mom's or the.
You know what I feel
Were
bad
they
for in all
convicted
this
by a
though
jury
is
in the
Mike
Ohio
Duff. Mike Duff really fought for
Was the Ohio
the
4?
Ohio 4 when he was a good attorney.
They were by a jury. Were they convicted by a jury? The Ohio 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wonder
absolutely.
If
Yeah.
any of the jurors would come talk to us from them or my
I
mom's
never thought about
if you
that.
were
We
on
should
their
pull
cases.
him. We should pull him and see.
I wonder if those jurors knew that he had already recanted and
Yeah.
and it was a mistrial. That's
I'd
what
like
I
to
wonder.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
I know that the juries talked before to the paper about my mom, so I'm like, I wonder if they would come forward, any of them.
I think
You were
that
like-
I think that there's a newspaper clipping
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
paperwork that he has to free the Ohio 4
Yeah.
on Twitter.
I think the jurors
I
were-
believe there's newspaper clippings that do show
Yeah.
some of the
We
jurors.
should
I
actually
believe.
do that.
Yeah.
That's not the worst idea. You put that as a note.
No, but I will.
Put it as a note so we don't forget. I'll forget if it's not written down.
Oh wait, jury.
Pull jurors for both for both 4 and Nancy. But why I wanted to come here today too and like just kind of wrap this is speak on what's going on with the sentencing agreement with Nancy. Thank God it was dropped. It's going to go to comment. It's going to go to the 9th district. I guarantee you.
He might just drop it now. He might.
Probably should, but
It's
I doubt it.
It's not.
He doesn't
in their
have a
nature.
chance
I mean,
with
it's not
it.
even-
He doesn't have
I
a
think
chance
that
with
I
there's
don't
it.
think
He
Cilio
might have
is
had a
doing-
chance
Cilio's,
locally.
like doing it
I think
because
he's doing it for
like
Rosenbaum.
he's the bitch boy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They're gonna use him like Greg White used Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
So he's just doing what he's told.
Yeah.
You know, he's a fake
But
prosecutor.
he's in
sitting there.
charge.
He's just.
But he's in charge,
Yeah.
so he needs to be a big boy in front of his
He's in
big boy
charge of
fans.
ruining people's lives.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
and
ain't doing
stop.
anything good.
Well,
it's not
Rosenbaum isn't in
helping
his office,
Rosenbaum.
right?
Yeah.
Rosenbaum's a independent attorney
hired
now, right?
Rosenbaum.
He is an independent attorney now, but they're friends. Like,
Who-
they're very
how
close
does-
friends. And
so
they work
who-
together to fuck JD. They work together to fuck.
Does the city have to vote on Rosenbaum being McCann's attorney?
What do you
No.
mean?
Okay, so McCann hired him. But so wait,
McCann
somebody
hired
told me
him.
that the city of Lorain took a vote of something about
To
Rosenbaum
see
and they
conflict
passed
of
it.
interest, and they passed it because there's no conflict.
No,
What would
what
be
you're
the
saying is-
conflict
I don't
of
know. That's what
Rosenbaum
I'm asking.
representing McCann? Nothing.
No, the point is,
He pissed
why
off
are
Aaron
we?
Knapp. Like, that's-
No, why are we hiring someone to represent anybody that has put 6 innocent people in prison? That motherfucker shouldn't be in this Lorain County
Because
doing
it's up to
anything.
McCann. It's not up to the city to hire McCann an attorney. McCann picks the attorney. The city approves.
Well,
the
yeah, that
attorney.
tells you
Correct,
a lot. When you
right,
pick-
right.
Yeah.
When anybody gets Rosenbaum to represent them, at
Well,
this point, we know
McCann, you
why.
got to remember,
Well, what he did
McCann
to
was a
McCann was fucked
McCann
up.
was a young
No, I don't know anything about him. I
policeman,
don't really care.
Yeah.
All my
while
point is,
Rosenbaum was a
like,
prosecutor. So I mean, he had to have had some relationship.
So
But there's
Rosenbaum's
no
down here,
conflict
right?
with what's going on with McCann now.
No,
in the
there's
city.
not.
That's
There's
why they
none
let
whatsoever. But I'm
Rosenbaum go.
sure
All
he
I'm
holds
saying
him in
is
high regards. Is
Rosenbaum
what I'm
hasn't
saying.
been heard of in all these years, right? My mom's shit comes back, he's still not. He comes, does his dumb shit on the presentation, whatever. 2 years later, here we are. My mom files a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Now he's everywhere. He wants $63,000 for pulling a public record request.
How about he sued Josh
fuck outta
Dubin?
here.
I saw that.
How about
Yeah.
a bar complaint on Josh Dubin with the Ohio 40? John Edwards' attorney, Rosenbaum, filed a fucking complaint with the Bar Association trying to get his
Now
bar
he's
license.
down
Yeah.
here. He's over here.
Oh, yeah,
he's
he's
everywhere, mixed
everywhere.
into Lorain County.
Yeah.
Why are we using this guy?
Yeah, it was like
He-
what,
he-
was
he-
it
he
63,000?
takes
Was that the total, or was there
Oh,
more than
Mr.
that?
Jennifer
just for-
Battistili EEOC
just for the-
complaint. Okay, so this is what he wants for a record. This
A
is,
record.
Oh, by the way, illegal. They're not allowed to do this for 60,000 attorney fees because they wanted the record from Tomlinson. And it's not an EOC complaint. It's a form that this bitch filled out and signed. They never filed the complaint, so it's not an official EOC complaint. But they want 60 grand because JD didn't give them a
60.
record. In Ohio, if you don't get a record, it's a $1,000 cap. You know what I mean? Cap with your attorney fees and everything. So I don't know how they're trying to justify. They went around for a year, 100 grand. She was paid 100 grand. How much do I want for not getting a form?
So you get
60 grand.
68, right.
Like what? What?
Yeah.
Go.
And Barilla didn't like JD.
But they
because JD, well,
they got
listen,
rid
this
of that though, right? They
no,
didn't pay it.
No,
No, it
that's
just
still up.
happened.
That's still up for
just was in the
debate.
paper.
Is it still up for
Oh, that
debate?
is
Yeah.
still
Oh, I thought it was over.
And this is the worst part is Barilla didn't sue for that form because he's like a good fucking citizen. He sued for that form because he's an attorney that JD pissed off in a rape case and didn't like what JD said in a rape case. So Barilla teamed up with Rosenbaum to fuck him with his girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like with the EOC complaint. And how did they know about the EOC? How did Judge Brent
What's the
know about-
EOC? What are you? What are we?
Jennifer Battistili wrote a thing and he wrote on a form with her attorney and said that he sexually harassed her in the office
Why is that called EOC?
because it's a equal opportunity
Oh,
employment
okay, I got you.
form.
Okay,
but
I
it's
got
just
you.
the form.
Right,
they
right,
all
right,
act
right.
like they filed this with the Federal Department of Equal Opportunity and whatever. She never filed that fucking form. She filled it out and said, if you don't settle with me, I'm filing this with whatever. And he said, all right, well, your first claim up here is a little sus, but the second claim of sexual harassment is not even true. They ignored that completely. Well, Rosenbaum and Barilla wanted the form to smear him publicly for the election. They wanted the form out there, which is why they were fighting for the fucking form to begin with. But since JD didn't give it up right away, and he went through the courts to see if it was even appropriate to give them, because it wasn't filed, it wasn't like official public record. It was just a form that they used to settle a lawsuit, which is it's a gray area. You know what I mean? They want 60 grand for that, just because I had to send a couple emails, that, like basically saying you should give me this.
Yeah.
When they
No, I
ran
agree.
around
I
and
seen
said-
it. I was like, this is crazy.
This is insane. And then when they ran around and said, we paid taxpayers paid her $100,000, but let me go around and charge the
60,
county
yeah.
60 now.
Yeah.
I just want to see Tony Cilio and Rosenbaum lose their fucking license.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. Rosenbaum especially.
I just want to see Tony Cilio
do the right thing.
Do the right thing. That's
Do the
what I
right
would like
thing.
to see. Yeah, that's what I would really like to see.
Rosenbaum
I gotta hold my
absolutely
breath.
needs to lose his license. Cilio needs to do the right thing.
Rosenbaum's old enough. If he loses his license,
gives
it don't
a fuck?
matter. He's retired.
Well, I think it does
Oh,
matter
he
to
would.
him.
Could be.
He'd give
Oh,
a
it
fuck.
absolutely
He
matters to
would
him.
care.
His lawfare would stop.
He would care.
I mean, he's everywhere, Jem. I mean, like, it's insane. Like, and the fact that he helped interfere with an election. Barula, too. And Barula didn't do it because he's like, oh, I'm such a good citizen. I want this form. I mean, no offense, Jennifer filled out that form and then called a bunch of people and told them about it because Bremke was requesting that form. Barula was requesting
Why was
that.
Bremke?
So
What
asked
did
you
she
about a
want it for?
Bremke. Yeah, that's one judge
What
I
did
will
you
talk
want that
about.
for?
What did you want that form for? Anyways, but
Who is this? Who was that? Who
The
you're at?
common pleas
The new judge, Bremke.
Giovanna
Oh, okay.
Bremke. She
Okay.
requested that form, and then Rosenbaum comes and requests that form because they
Oh,
were working
Rosenbaum.
together.
Hold on. Rosenbaum's their family attorney and all that. I forgot.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Bremke's,
there you
right?
go.
Right. I
There you
forgot.
go.
I forgot. I was going to rent a house off this guy, right? He lets me sit there and talk to him. Dwayne Bremke, I think his name is, for an hour. And at the end of the hour, after I tell this
Her
guy.
dad?
I don't know who would.
That's her dad. That's
He
the
tells
dad.
me. Oh, he said he was her uncle, maybe. He said at the end, he says, "Well, I do have to disclose this to you. Rosenbaum is my attorney." I said, "After you just let me."
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Ever go on?
Who was that?
Dwayne Bremke.
Really?
Yeah, and then after he let me talk to him for an hour and about this house and my life and all this stuff, he says, "Well, I have to tell you, I have to disclose this. Rosenbaum's my attorney, our family attorney." Well, this call's fucking dead. Bye, motherfucker. Unbelievable.
I actually like Jim McCann, but I don't know why
I don't know.
he's.
I don't
Me too.
care.
He's
I
an
don't-
okay.
I like McCann.
I don't know
He's an
him. I don't care.
asshole.
I'm just saying I don't like I think Rosenbaum should not get another dime out of this city for anything.
I like him. But if
should-
his best case is to have Rosenbaum, good for him. That's what he should do. I mean, that's what he needs to do. But I like McCann
I
personally.
do like McCann. I just think he's an asshole, but he's
Yeah,
just
he's an asshole for
He's like
Ryan
an asshole. Like my
Yeah, I think
husband's
he's
an
okay with
asshole.
being an asshole.
No, but he's like an asshole, like my husband's an asshole. Like nobody cares about your feelings. You know what I mean? Like let's.
I don't
move
know
on.
him, so I'm not gonna talk.
No,
about
I
him.
like him, but I think he hired Rosenbaum because I think he knows it's like a slam dunk. He's gonna.
Yeah, because he knows
usually what
everybody
I-
in the system. He's
Yeah.
going to get him all right.
What I've been hearing, and then I thought maybe that's why a certain somebody hired him too, because then they have they're almost protected when they, even if you fired him, even if you publicly shamed him and fired him and said, hey, I got rid of him, fuck you, blah, 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 your name's still attached with him. And from what I'm hearing is that's what people do. They hire Rosenbaum, and then they know what
Because
Rosenbaum
people don't want
has
to deal with
behind them.
Rosenbaum. Yeah.
And they're, yeah. Usually, if you have Rosenbaum represent you, people know you're running with him, right? People don't want to be bothered, don't want to be harassed by
Don't wanna be
Rosenbaum.
harassed.
Don't want to be, you know what I mean? So it's all
And that's what
calculated.
he's known for.
Every single person
Yeah.
that hired Rosenbaum was calculated, whether
Yeah.
you fired him or not. It was calculated.
Yeah. It was
That's
on
okay.
purpose.
Well, that's what that's
Well,
how
just
we hire
they don't think
attorneys.
they can't get
Calculated.
touched because they hired Rosenbaum? No.
Well,
you're
no, it's
going
just
to
because
prison
Rosenbaum's
too.
reputation is harassment and going
Yeah.
after you regardless. If he thinks you're a bad guy, whether you're innocent or guilty of the crime, if he thinks you're guilty of something else, he's going to go after you like you're guilty of this. That's what I've heard from other people. It's
Yeah.
not my opinion.
You're
That is
protected
what
almost when you have
very
Rosenbaum
powerful
above
people
you.
have told me.
As
You're
in your
protected.
corner.
Right.
Yeah. So it was smart for Jim to hire him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the smartest hire. That's the smartest hire. Period.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. That's the way I see it. I mean, you can't blame the guy for that.
No, I'm blaming every fucking buddy that
Yeah, I mean McCann's. I mean, I don't know. I think
Do I like
McCann's getting
Rosenbaum?
thrown
No,
over.
but I think McCann's getting thrown into the bus because
Yeah, I don't even look into his stuff.
you know,
I try to stay in my lane, which is my mom, like the
Yeah.
author exonerates. I don't.
I don't get into the McCann stuff.
Well, it's
That's
because
fine,
what's
too.
his name wouldn't stop. That's what it is, basically. But you
Well,
know,
and what's his name was doing favors. We're not gonna say like he who shall not be named was doing favors for all these politicians that were running, including Tony Cilio and Sheriff Hall and
Right.
Michelle Hung, still working with her, and you know doing all this. Not Rosenbaum. I actually called the guy out. And I said your lawsuit and Brilla's lawsuit are the exact same, except a couple things changed. Did you get that from Rosenbaum? You didn't deny it. You just said, "Oh, I copied it." I'm like, I don't think you got. You're not that smart. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Jeesh.
So that was he who else should not be named. You know, is also working with them. And then he thought it's because Tony Cilio, and he said this on a podcast. Tony Cilio promised him as a campaign thing, that he helped with his campaign, that he was going to go after Jim McCann and indict him. And that's when he started flipping on Still a little bit, is because Cilio didn't want to prosecute Jim McCann with a special prosecutor. He didn't want to sign a special prosecutor, Jim McCann, and that's when he started losing his shit again.
Yeah, I think Jim McCann's actually a good stand-up guy, honestly. I really think he is. At the end of the day, I think he was a stand-up guy who was doing right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I remember seeing articles, and I commented a few times, like, "Hey, maybe we have a chief that's going to do something."
No.
Yeah.
So I do remember that very early.
He always
but
got
then
records back.
You know, I mean, I had too much to worry about.
He helped me with records. I was having a hard time getting records. I emailed him immediately, 24 hours. I had everything I needed.
Yeah, well,
you know
that's
what
good.
I mean? Like, and every time I talked to him, he was respectful. Like, he was very nice, very.
See, I never go doing that kind of shit like records request. I would never do that.
Dude,
there's
you
nothing
see my binders,
in me
right?
that would allow me to do
You see my
such a
binders?
thing.
I got this set. Oh, kill with the shit you find in records.
I get it, but I have a
read
life.
really
I don't
fast.
want to do that.
Oh, I have
don't
a
want to spend
life.
my life
That's
doing
part
that.
of my life. I make money on it. So it's a big part of my
I
life.
said this.
I can't do it.
This person used to scream like, "F viewers, F JD, F whoever" out the window right at me. So one day we had to call the police, and the police come. Mind you. Anyhow, I don't know what I'm allowed. I don't even care. So the broad's absolutely insane, right? Fucking
Oh, I know
insane.
who you're talking about.
Been
yeah.
to court 3 times.
Yeah.
Represented myself. She lost all 3 times. Like crazy shit. Like I mean, the craziest shit a woman or somebody, a human. She's a neighbor. Like, are you kidding me? I don't even speak to you, but she has some heart up. The cops come again for like the 100th time, and she says how the chief gave her permission to act that way. And the cop says, and it's on recording. It's on recording. The cop says, "Well, if the chief gave her permission," and I said, "I'm calling McCann right now, right? Fuck that. I'm calling McCann right now." And go ahead, whatever. I call, right? The woman. I need to talk to McCann. Well, he doesn't take phone calls. What do you mean he doesn't take phone calls? Well, then a message, right? Leave him a message. Amber, McCann and Cilio, or McCann and Rivera are 2 different chiefs. So she knew who I was on the phone, right? And so that's the problem I have. Did he or did he not tell this hillbilly she could fucking harass me?
Probably
like she
not.
I would guess not.
And why was it okay for her to say that? And then the cop's like, "Oh, who cares? Yep, chief said she could." Tom was like, my ex-husband was like, "You can't lie.
Yeah.
You can't lie to go to lunch early. Like, what the fuck, you know?" But, yeah, they did that. She never got arrested for violating the protection orders, ever.
No, did
And
she
did
get
all
brought
kinds
to
of
the end
bad
of the
stuff.
court?
Oh, she did
at
on
the end
Thanksgiving,
told her,
yeah.
on Thanksgiving, told her,
That didn't stop
Sheesh.
her. Because then...
No, she's a crazy bitch.
Are you now? You said you're going to go on with Josh Dubbin.
We're gonna get Josh Dubbin on an episode, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It'll be
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, he's deep dived into it. He knows the case pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I think he's losing a little bit of faith too because nothing's going on out here.
I was listening to his thing, and he says how he says I'm happy. Like, I don't know what to say to him anymore, and that's how I got that day. My mom, like, I didn't know what to do. I just couldn't keep coming and seeing her.
Yeah.
And not have it.
No.
There was nothing.
He's
to
like, what
tell.
do I tell this guy?
There was nothing to tell
Because the
anymore.
only person that can do anything, the only person
Right
that
now
can do
is Tony
anything
Cilio?
is Tony Cilio. Up until next 3 years,
And like,
where
does
we
Cilio have
replace
children?
Cilio.
Does he have children, Tony?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about him.
I don't think he
honestly.
does. I don't know.
No, he has daughters. Yes, he does.
Oh, he does?
He has daughters. He has 2 daughters. Doesn't live in the state.
Now, what if his daughter was murdered and they just, who cares, right? Would we care? Or if his family member was in prison, would he get him out? Probably. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
should
the only
probably
thing
try to
is
be
you
human.
could say that if he honestly feels that they have the right people. But I don't believe at this point you can feel that way. So I think you have to do the right thing. I think that there's no way you can look at the evidence as it sits and believe you have the right person.
And if not, I'm already planning on running people against him. So
Yeah.
you got 3 years. Then I heard he's going back to the Democrat ticket. So that's even better.
how do you get an affidavit from a boy that says, "Hey, that crime really happened, but it happened in my house with my mom and her boyfriend, and ain't shit happening but my mom going to court"?
Right.
And then he's trying to get her mom's sentencing agreement thrown out. And that would then let him retry.
But
He
Margie
even says
and
in
her
the paper,
boyfriend, which
in
was
the
probably
300
Dale.
pages, in the 300 pages, he says, and then this is going to cost the state more money because we have to go through a retrial. So his plan, if he were to get the sentence agreement reinstated, which doesn't even exist anymore technically, then his plan, I think, is to retry her.
Yeah, then look about the line or the mugshot they had.
Yeah.
Dino says they had a mugshot
Yeah.
of Joseph Allen in the basement, and they had to play a game, and you better know
Yeah.
who that was.
Yeah.
And the black paint was probably on Dale Parazzola's face. And
Who's
of
Dale
course,
Parazola?
The guy that was
boyfriend.
in Marching Around at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was with Tony Horn.
No,
She turned him into prison.
Oh, okay.
Dino Grandin Jr. said was
Yeah, and Dale Parazola was
abusing
a-
his sister
Yeah. Him and his sister. No, him and the sister.
and the sister.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he would hear his sister screaming when her and
She was
Margie
being- yeah.
and Dale were in the basement.
Yeah, with the black face.
So not only did he
That's on an
implicate
affidavit, by
Dale,
the
he
way,
implicated
yeah.
Margie
Yeah.
being down there watching.
You know
this
what the
happen to
problem
children.
is? You know what the problem with that, with the whole, and it's true with both of these cases, the witnesses changing their stories. That's
Yeah.
the biggest problem. Because what
kids,
story do you
he's
Well,
believe?
no, he was a kid. Nobody talked to him.
Nobody talked to him.
So you
He
had,
was a
so he
kid.
lived in this house with Margie and another sister. They didn't talk to them
No.
either.
They
They
No.
talked to
talked to
Nikki.
his
He
sister.
never
Just like they
gave
didn't
a
talk to
statement
us.
then.
No,
No.
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 Oh.
He found
No.
out when he was an adult and had a panic attack, ended up in the hospital. And there's
After his mom
documentation
tried to
of
do it with his daughter.
Yeah, she tried to do it to him and his wife.
Yeah, no, I knew
She
that.
did
Yeah, I
his
knew
daughter
that.
So his dad-
sexually checked. When you're abused, you go through like a checking system. The doctors were there. They checked
His
the
dad's the one that
girls
said you should probably look
5
into
times.
this case.
5 times to his daughter, and all 5 times found nothing.
Yeah, I seen that they never found any sign of
What kind
sexual
of
abuse.
like what kind of damage that does to a child? That 5 times she had to be checked to see if she was
Yeah.
Not to mention whatever happened down there that had her screaming.
Poor little girls.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it was Nikki, yeah. Or, I don't know. I won't
It's
say her
just
name,
it's
but-
insane to me.
Yeah. It's really sad.
Chris
it's actually
It's so
sad,
sad.
that
Chris
those
Hines
kids-
said we should just call him Tony Zero from now on.
Tony Zero.
I like that. That's my husband, Tony Zero.
I was like,
That's your
Tony
husband?
Zero. Yes, my husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tony Zero.
He said it should be Tony Zero
I
from
love
now
you,
on.
babe. Yeah, we should call him Tony Zero.
ah, Chris.
I don't know if you're just tuning in, Chris, but I told him the
No, he's
story
been
of-
watching the whole time.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he has.
He was sleeping when I left, so.
Yeah. Oh, you got to watch. That's your boy.
He had to get up and check it out. Tony Zero, do the right thing.
These two are relationship goals.
Why?
Why is that?
Oh, we're
You guys don't even
dysfunctional. It's all
Dysfunctional in the cutest way.
Yeah. whatever.
Yeah, everybody
He loves
looks
her,
good from
kids,
the
and-
outside. Who
No,
knows what's
20
going on
years, I
inside?
agree.
No,
you
I
have
bet.
a great relationship.
Listen, they don't. They're normal.
It's a lot
in
of
front me.
growth. It's a lot of growth.
Yeah, they don't hide anything in front of me. I don't know.
Oh,
We're just
no.
friends, but you can just see. I don't know. You can see when a man
We're
looks
us
at a
when we're
woman and a
us.
woman
You've been-
looks at
yeah.
a man. Like he's always like.
He
I'm not
likes
saying this
me.
in a bad way, Chris.
Yeah.
He like perverted with her all the time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he
It's
can't keep his
fun.
hands and eyes off of her.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
He said he's stalking his wife.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He does. He's supposed to be here today. I left with he's sleeping. And I had to text him and be like, Amber's coming
He's
with
a
me.
good
He's not
guy.
a big deal. I'm like, he just let me go anyway.
Yeah, he came the last
dad,
time you
good
were on.
husband.
Oh,
He
yeah,
came,
he'll show up. Yeah,
was
he
here
showed up the last time. He
Yeah.
didn't come with me.
Yeah.
He just randomly, I look over and there's Chris.
Funny how she is,
What
that's how
the
he
fuck?
is.
Yeah. No.
Their oldest daughter.
He's funnier. Oh, yeah, our kids are
mixed,
something else.
Two together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're strong, good
She's
kids.
good.
Good
Yeah.
kids, good
All
work
of 'em.
ethic. Good, they're
Yeah.
strong, yeah.
Good.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We were the couple that wasn't gonna last, by the way. 20 years. 20 years next year. This year.
Wasn't gonna
26.
last, you said?
Yeah, we were the couple that was gonna break up in our friend group, and now they're all on their third baby daddies, and I'm
I know,
with
Tom
the
and I
same
were-
one.
We were always the couple that stayed together. We'd
Yeah.
be like, look at everybody's broke up.
Yeah, everybody's broke up on the third baby daddy, and
So
I'm
don't.
still.
29 years.
You know,
No,
20 years.
Not there. It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's it.
upsetting, but not upsetting like that. Not upsetting enough to ever go back is not. But
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say this online, but
You forgot we were
Amber
on live.
Smith.
There's some regrets going on in here, I feel.
I have no regrets. Whatever I,
I have
say
no
in
regrets.
public,
I
I'll
love
stand
my-
on a fucking bar stool.
If
and
I wouldn't
say
have went
it.
through that, I probably wouldn't even be who I am, to be honest.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's
My
the
thing
way
is
it
Because
should
now
be.
I don't have
truth
anger.
is-
Like, I don't
yeah.
know. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to, like,
Oh, and we've gotten into
That's
it.
the
Me and
weed.
Amber have gotten into it, knowing our
Yeah.
like our short-term friendship. I mean, we've gotten into it. Like Amber saw cakes. You
But
know
then
what I
we're
mean? Like then we get a. I'm just saying we're two reasonable people.
Yeah.
And honest. Like I'll tell you when I don't like something very
Yeah.
clearly. You'll tell me.
yeah,
very
we
clearly.
just should be like that, though, in
Yeah,
life.
that's with
And
everybody.
it doesn't make you not be friends. It makes you
No.
probably be better.
No.
When
We
you
went like a
fight?
week- we went like a week and a half not speaking. Probably.
Was it that long?
No,
2
all my
weeks,
best
yeah.
friends I've had big fights
Oh
with,
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
how
Absolutely.
you become. Yeah, all of my
absolutely.
friends now, 20 plus. I
No
told
Well,
question.
you,
some of them.
20 plus years.
Some of them I fought with, I ain't. revisiting.
Oh no, I fought with every
No,
single
but my
one.
people that are my friends, I
Yeah.
fought with. I
Yeah,
promise you, all of
absolutely.
them.
And probably physically too. Like, at
Yeah,
some
I fought with
point.
most
Oh
of my
yeah,
friends.
my best friend I grew up with. I love you, Jess. If you're watching, we
Oh, yeah.
scrapped it out. Boy.
Yeah.
And we were together since the day we were born. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, she lives a couple hours
That's
away,
girls.
which I
That's
love her so much.
sisters. Yeah.
And we would just see each other like it never happened. Like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting out of here, but we want to tell Tony Cilio do the right thing.
Tony Zero. Do the
Tony
right thing.
Cilio,
Tony
please. Just you don't have one piece of
Like
evidence
show that
now.
you're human, that you have
Yeah,
some
show your human, your
compassion,
compassion for somebody.
that you can do your
Something.
job correctly and
Or how
tell the
about-
truth.
Yeah, how about you, like Chris Cook said, Judge Chris Cook, which I really like Chris Cook, and I like the shit that he says.
He still never talked to
I
me.
read his statements to the Child Attorney General with JD's case, and I fucking loved every bit of it. But, you know, you can't say the judge is, you know, doing the wrong thing in her case, so don't file the appeals thing. But at the same time, do the right thing here. And what he said is, you know, a prosecutor's job is for justice as well.
Well, how do you want to be remembered? That's what it should come down
Yeah.
to. How do you want to be remembered?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's how you should want to be remembered.
Like how I go
that's
into
you.
life every day is like how, like, you just.
I
don't
say
know,
I
I'm
think
not gonna
every
be
day is
mean to
my
everybody.
last,
Like how?
yeah.
Because how did I?
I treat every day
leave
like
this
it's my
person?
last.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like, and
Yeah.
you never know what day they're having. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so different. I don't hate people. I mean,
No.
I love people now. I used to.
I don't like what
cops,
they
no,
do.
love
I don't like
them.
the things people do. I have nothing.
I don't think you
personally
like.
against
I don't think you love Rosenbaum.
No, I
No.
mean, no. He deserves to, there's certain people that just deserve to rot in hell, and that
But
is one of them.
I would have asked my mother, anybody, if he would have came in there 5 years ago into my job or whatever, it would have not have been that pretty. Like I would have.
Oh yeah, you would have.
I would not give a shit. He's lucky I have the growth and the therapy I went to for 5 years. 'Cause
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's done wonders.
We're not getting mad anymore. You're
I
being
can
more
like
productive
walk
and
out. I
upset.
can like ignore him. I can now run around. I do my job while he's there. When he first started coming in, I
Shake.
couldn't even go in.
Yeah,
I would
she'd
cry
be
out
shaking.
out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how do you look at that man?
Right. Right.
You
right.
know?
And that's why he was doing it. Like, come on.
But now I do.
Yeah. Now you made him so uncomfortable he doesn't come.
So come on, Tony. We want you to be remembered as a good person. All right, we're getting out of here. Thank you guys for coming in.
All right,
We
so
got
guys,
into all
have a
kinds of
good
conversations today. That was fun.
Oh yeah. And check out meanstreetnews.com.
Yes, Mean Street News. She's got all the information on there for you guys.
Made it easy.
Yes. Peace.
Why do the gays get to pick what they get? All the good stuff, rainbows,
I love
the
that
first
sweatshirt.
month of summer,
It's-
apple martinis. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, went to prison for 10 years for stealing 46 million.
Do not tell me he ate a booger.
Dude, to sell chicken and not have barbecue or ranch is the most arrogant shit I've ever seen.
We would have showed a little bit of cleavage. Maybe should have done all right. No, that's where we didn't have Facebook or Grindr. We had to go to Equipix if we wanted a girlfriend.
Are there a lot of girls on Grindr?
Tasing each other in the nuts. People wanting to punch me in the face. Why would you bite Santa Claus? Like, I mean, if going into space for 3 minutes makes her an astronaut, does that make you a gynecologist? We'll just make up a song for every individual person. For you,
People
for
quit.
me. Like, but we'll have AI write it. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna have people quit.
Why? I'm not AI. I didn't do it. It's gonna be fine. She took an Adderall, and my wife goes, "Oh, good. Well, then we'll be all right." I think people are smoking weed, ordering DoorDash, and playing video games.
If you're gonna do it, read the instructions.
Did you wear a skirt? Go ahead. I don't care.
My mom is 70. And then the next text said, and a lesbian.
I got swatted one time in handcuffs at Subway. They came in and arrested like the owner for selling drugs. You know what one woman's drama's worth? Can you imagine a whole fucking mansion of just drama? There's more Mattress Kings than there is Chick-fil-A.
Money laundering.
You piss a lot of, who do you piss off?
Mostly clients.
And he goes, look, some people go to heaven, some go to hell. And he just closed the door. Archie Bunker.
Archie.
That's who we need to make the rules around here. I promise it'll go too far.
Mental illness is not an excuse for behavior.
We need help.
I got a shot and some pills that'll take care of that.
Madhouse Bar Talk, baby.